If Love and Gogi is wrong, I don't want to be right.
What would Socrates say to that?
It tickles my fancy.
Oh,
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not.
Wait.
Yeah.
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
I don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay. Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still to the sauce with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof, I'm a lie about a motive. No proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never ever traded him. You know what is a star? Like another city, the driver's side Florida. Wish I could large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. Hey, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever and cute as can be. You can watch it on YouTube with viewing for free. Hey, this one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time, what they gonna do next?
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Morning, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on a hump day. Hello, Leroy.
What's up?
How are you today?
I'm good. Watched some sports last night.
Yeah, man.
Getting ready for some more sports today.
Just genuine sports. Did you like? Is there one thing you locked in on? Was it WNBA? Was it baseball playoffs?
Baseball playoffs. I think Indiana and Vegas play tonight.
No, they played last night.
They played last night.
Vegas won in overtime. It was a great game.
Oh,
I actually watched the end of that. Yeah.
I got caught up in the Yankees and listen, not for nothing. We sitting here talking about Tua can't come through when we need him and all that. How would you like to have $1 billion on hitting and you score 1 run?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's baseball. That is the
right,
frustrating thing.
We would always yell about A-Rod. A-Rod would hit home runs, but not when they mattered.
Well, that's true though. Until he didn't.
But it's such a poor you're failing 70% of the time.
Well, not even that anymore. I mean,
right.
if you're doing that,
so you're telling
that's not even the game, except for like Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge is still a great hitter all around, just not in the playoffs. He stinks in the playoffs.
You're telling me that at a sport that has a failure rate of 70% of the time, you can pick and choose when to get a hit?
I can tell you, just never get a hit in the playoffs, especially if you're on the Yankees. Otherwise, they're going to be like, "Hey, man, what's the deal here?"
I know, I understand that, but you think they're not?
I think they're not what?
Trying to get a hit?
I'm sure they are trying to get a hit, but it's like eventually you get enough at bats in the playoffs. Like
dude,
you would think one of these times he's going to come through.
Hey, I saw John Carlos strike out to what pitch? You know the pitch.
Yeah, it was actually he got bit on a sinker down the middle. Like it just dropped right on him.
Right.
Great pitch though. I mean, Chapman completely, deeped him.
That dude throws heat. And then he throws some craziness, right?
Well, it was a strange thing. I mean, he's normally like nails as it gets, but it was strange that he got up there after his little stint. I think his Crochet went nuts. I mean, that dude's a hoss. Mm-hmm. And Chapman was like, hit, and then all of a sudden he's just like, I'm gonna get everybody out. Right. I was like, all right, well, he made it squeaky cheeks. You know what we call that, Leroy? We call that the Uga Thurbina.
Oh, he would always load the bases.
Oh, yeah, dude. He'd make you sweat it. I mean, the Marlins went out there. They're like, we need a closer because you couldn't trust Braden Looper to save your life. And
was Braden Looper the glove shaker?
No, that's Ryan Dempster. And he didn't do that till he got to Chicago.
Okay.
But Braden Looper, he was always see, here's the thing with Braden Looper. He was one of those guys. This is kind of like old, but like one of those very solid 7th, 8th inning guys. Then they tried to make him the closer.
Oh, no,
and it just didn't work out. Marlins tried this with Matt Lindstrom years later because Matt Lindstrom could throw. He was like one of those OG 100-mile-an-hour throwers. And then they put him in the 9th inning, and I mean, they were just 100-mile-an-hour meatballs left and right. So, you got, the old school closer is maybe not as chic as it used to be, But those were big topics. I think, hey, can this guy handle the ninth inning? Can he be the guy? But it was interesting. I did see that we got ourselves a little baseball controversy because Jazz Chisholm was pissed they didn't put him in the lineup, and apparently he did the old. I've only seen this move in person one time, and that was by Joey Porter, which is talk to the locker. Doesn't face anybody, but you know he's upset because he's just facing the locker. Like it's a move where you're like, you can't see me. But he was very bothered that Aaron Boone didn't put him out there because of lefty.
I mean,
they did get an at bat late against Chapman,
yeah.
But he's like, yeah, hey, thanks, dude. Thanks for the at bat against Chapman.
I always wonder in situations like that, at what point do you ride what got you there, or do you start using managerial discretion or numbers to kind of, give you somewhat, make it seem like you're doing something, right?
Well,
I mean, if a guy's been a starter all year and you haven't done it all year, why would you all of a sudden start doing it at the most critical moment of the season?
Especially in a short series too.
Right.
Like it makes 3 games.
If he had been doing it all year, if Jazz Chisholm was like rotating with another guy because he didn't want lefty, right? I could understand that. But I don't recall Jazz Chisholm getting rotating with somebody else. You know what I mean? So it just seems weird. We do this in a lot of sports, like when a football team gets to the playoffs and then all of a sudden their game plan is so different than what got them there. And then they get into problems. Like, yeah, man, stop overcoaching the situation, right? This is who got you here. This is how you got here. You need to be the best version of yourself. You can't be somebody else at this point in the season.
Yeah, so, I think the Yankees fan, if I was doing sports radio in New York, so this Aaron Boone, he gets too many mistakes out there. He goes in there. You should have stuck with Freed yesterday, and instead, what do we got here today? We're Freed chicken. We're sitting here. We're facing elimination. You don't know what you're doing.
That's the other thing. Like,
call the fan.
When you get to the playoffs, should we be extending our pitches because this is the moment that you've actually, kind of groomed them for? With
certainly in a wild card round, you should.
Right.
You got to advance.
So, like, when I was watching, I'm like, whoa, this guy's throwing heat. He ain't giving up nothing.
Yeah.
Why are we pulling him? Because he got to 100 pitches?
What if we gets to the World Series and then we think about the wild cards game we should have won because of Max Fried's?
Right. It's just
I'll
like
hang up and listen.
And it's not just Boone, right? They all think they got to go into their managerial bag when it gets to the most crucial times of the year, when sometimes it's simple. Like, hey, this is what we did to get to this point. We all earned this based on how we played all year, and we're going to ride it out.
Crazy. Gregory says, Brendan is at home for work today. We don't get these kinds of voices at the office. I don't think that's true. I'll put voice. I don't discriminate on voices.
That's not true. That's not true.
That's
not true. In fact, there's even more, because sometimes we're looking up at the TV and we'll see somebody, and then all of a sudden,
it's true.
Right.
That does
so
happen.
You get more at the office, and then when he's at home, if he have kids, he don't want one of the kids walking by and hearing him act like a fool.
The headlines are brought to you by Doral Kia. Doral Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com. Brittany, did you watch any of the baseball playoffs last night?
No, I was busy watching Dancing with the Stars. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh wow! How did my ladies from Mormon Wives do?
Whitney did fantastic. Jen, she's struggling.
Jen Affleck?
Yeah, she's struggling.
This Jen Affleck, Leroy, the strangest storyline. They seem to have made up that they're related to the Afflecks of Ben Affleck fame in the first season. And they're not related to Ben Affleck at all, because the show became so popular. I think she thought she was going to get away with this lie. And no, not the case. But Whitney
so she became famous for lying?
Well, yeah.
No, I don't think she became famous for lying. It just...
Yes, that's a lie.
No. It made her more famous.
Right. So she took advantage
It
of.
was already on the show when like the whole.
No, I understand that, but now, she said, and now she's in a Dunkin' commercial with Ben Affleck.
She is.
She is. Yes, she is.
Wow.
Well, so that's
this is
here's
the problem with today.
The fact that he didn't have a problem with it. Now they're using it to. Yeah. All right. So that's a nice.
So that was
move.
going on. They were playing Duncan during Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, that's one of the commercials that they play.
And then you know what's even crazier?
These Mormon wives, I tell you,
that she ain't even get called out for it.
they have such a. I'm going to tell you, I'm a shameless admission. Listen, I do follow some of the Mormon wives on TikTok, but the problem is you follow.
No.
Let me just I'll take my -1. I apologize, but I just want to be clear. Like, if you follow one Mormon wife, you might as well follow them all because TikTok's going to feed all of them to you.
It's true.
Really?
And I'm
It
just
ruins
like,
your algorithm if you follow just one.
yeah, and there's some like I don't really want to see, like it's just they're just content's not as good. But that Whitney, I'm not a fan of her on the show. I don't like Whitney.
I don't like her, and I hate that she's doing so well, but she's doing so good.
Yeah, I hate Whitney on the show. She's quite frankly one of the worst, except the one who's really the worst. What's the one who was this past season?
Demi?
Oh,
why we have to say that? Remember, it was Demi Moore, and then it became Demi.
It's Demi.
Wow, Demi is the worst. She thinks, because here's the thing with Demi, she thinks this literally came out of her mouth this season, which was a great embarrassment for her. She thinks she's the most famous one, and she's maybe the least famous one. And Taylor Frankie Paul, who I believe is going to be the Bachelorette, which I'm not going to watch.
Sure is
definitely the most famous because her first episode of Mormon Wives. What?
Hold on.
Just breaking down last night's TV, baby.
You talk about shameful admission.
Yeah.
Okay. The shameful admission is not watching Mormon Housewives. The shameful admission is following them on TikTok and knowing that one of them's going to be the Bachelorette. That part, too much.
Sorry,
too much.
Really big news, though.
But that's the shameful admission is not the first part. It's the follow up to all the information you have on all these women.
Fair point. You want me to talk about Tarek Skubal shutting down the Guardians last night? I just figured you'd save that for Jay Crawford.
You're an ass. Like, don't try to flip it on me. Don't try to flip it on me. At least mine would be sports related.
I watch sports. I didn't watch Mormon Wives last night. All I did was watch sports. I watched baseball and I watched WNBA. I kind of like the Dodgers. I got the point. Like I started watching the Dodgers and it was home run derby. It was like, Ohtani and Hernandez went deep.
Did you see the ball that Shohei Ohtani hit?
He's good.
I mean, like, they threw one pitch. He didn't even bat an eye. That next pitch came meatball with a slight curvature on it.
Yep.
He hit it, and it you knew right away. Like, holy smokes.
But Brittany is right. I mean, Whitney sucks on the show, but man, she's got a great TikTok.
No, she's doing really well. And Alex Earl's doing really well too, or very own Miami girl.
You ever
Alex Earl of Braxton Berrios fame?
Yes.
You know what's crazy is that it seems like in all these shows, the most hated person is the one that ends up being the most famous.
I would agree with that. But
because all these shows, when you guys come in and talk about them, the one who is hated, who is it? Ekin-Su. She's on some new show now.
Right. But, I didn't get into that very much.
But I'm just saying, like, I don't watch any of these shows, but I know the names. Whitney.
Yep.
Right? Like these are the people that are gonna follow me around for the next 10 years because they're hated.
As Handsome Daffy says, America loves a great villain. He's right. So anyway, Tigers topped the Guardians yesterday 2-1. Cubs beat the Padres yesterday 3-1. Red Sox beat the Yankees 3-1, and the Dodgers handled the Reds 10-5. Ohtani with a couple of ding-dongs in that one. And then the Las Vegas Aces are moving on to the WNBA Finals. They beat the Fever in overtime, 107-98. Their third finals in 4 years. And Asia Wilson, 35 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals, 4 blocks.
Oh my good. Hey, that's going into a game saying, this is my game. I'm going to win this game. And it still took overtime. I got to tell you, the Indiana Fever without Caitlin Clark.
Gutsy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were gutsy. I don't know all of the Fever, but they were saying on the broadcast, they not only lost Caitlin Clark, they've lost like 3 people. Then they lost their leading scorer in the game. And then somebody else fouled out. Like, I think it was Boston. They were still hanging around.
Heat. I call that the Miami Heat. 8 people on the bench.
Dude, they were like Walking Dead last night. They could not be stopped. It took everything the Aces had to put them away.
If I could take one thing out of sports, I wish that every time we had a big game, that everybody was healthy, because we won't remember it. We'll just remember the Aces moving on. But the fact that what Indiana did with what they had to go through, that is competition at its finest. But you didn't get the best version of the Indiana Fever. And that's the part that, in the future, we won't, even mention that. It happens in sports all the time.
Right.
And it sucks.
Tough for Indiana on both fronts. It happened with Halliburton too, right?
Right. Exactly. Exactly. And so, all we're going to remember is who the champion was, which is fine. They well deserved, right? But we're going to forget about what happened during all these series, and that's unfortunate.
We will take a break here on the program. We come back. Miami Dolphins, of course, have to go on a life without Tyreek Hill, and finally, the Dolphins move on from one of their high draft picks. Back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Miami Dolphins going to be getting ready for the Carolina Panthers this week. And, of course, it is Canes FSU week as the Miami Hurricanes got a big-time rivalry matchup this weekend against the Florida State Seminoles. I
think we're having technical difficulties.
Yeah. I thought it was me.
No, I think it was
it's
me.
fine. Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was me. My bad.
I don't know, because we all rebooted, like we all were buffering.
That was weird. All right. I think we're back though.
Yeah.
But I was listening to Hurricane Hotline last night with Joe Zagacki, Leroy, as I was taking Sophia to tutoring, and I was like, and he was like, I don't understand why the ACC does this. He goes, what are you putting a team before a big matchup in on a Friday night on the road? He goes, that's crazy. He's like, this never happens in the Big Ten. They would never do that to Michigan. They would never do that to Ohio State. A road Friday game before a rivalry game. And I was like, look, take care of your business, FSU. Like, you know, they were screwing the pooch as it was in that game. But I kind of agree with, like, man, this would have been so fire if this was an undefeated matchup. And now the Canes just got to go thump them. Like, I'm sorry. This is just what it's got to be. I want the Canes to go bowl them over, which they're going to do, because you want to know something, Mario Cristobal? He's just like, he's in that zone right now. He's built these trenches like a bunch of monsters, and they're going to bowl them over.
Tobin, here's the problem. The schedule was made after Florida State had 4 wins.
No, I get you. I understand.
So you don't know in the last how many years, how big has this game been? Not game day worthy.
It's one of their bigger games in the conference, though. Like, part of the reason you got Miami to your conference is for Florida State, Miami.
Right, but with neither team consistently having success, why would you think you need to save the date?
You always save the date. You always save the date for Michigan, Ohio State. Always.
They play on the same day every.
I understand, but they would never set it up with some bull bleep the week before.
The schedule's the schedule. Like, nobody's ever, like, before Michigan, Ohio State, nobody's ever said anything about who they were playing the week before. Right? If you don't take care of your business, that's on you. I don't care about all the circumstances around it. In fact, some would say, hey, the game being on Friday, it gives them an extra day because Miami had the week off. So, like, you're looking at it from the standpoint of they lost and blew it, but some would have said, oh, now we got an extra day. So, like, no. Like, you play the schedule. It's not Miami's fault that Florida State choked. They played poorly. They got the field rushed on them. That's not Miami's fault. You just do what you got to do.
This field rushing is crazy. I don't know, like
Look,
how
an unranked team beating a ranked team, right? With a big name, you can rush the field.
We've definitely watered down the rush.
It was
an awesome scene. Don't get me wrong. I don't understand. It's a little dangerous, but it was an awesome scene.
So fast. I was like, where did they come from? It got packed quick. I think
they win. They win.
Go ahead.
They win. They don't win. Ruben Bain, Mesidor, they're coming home with like more belts to asses. Like, that's what's going on. I feel like this team is just coming in like a battering ram every single week right now.
Yep.
And that's an exciting thing. You know, like, they're venturing out for the first time. I mean, there is that. You're always going to a hostile territory. It is at night for sure, but this is part of the.
It's Florida State.
It's Florida State. And Carson Beck's been in this situation. This is part of the reason when you got a veteran quarterback. Like, I'm not sweating that stuff.
Right. I'm trying to think. Only got the field rush one time. And that was, and believe it or not, we beat Illinois and clinched the berth to the Rose Bowl. And everybody ran on the field with roses. From like
cool.
where they got them from, no idea.
Felt like a matador.
No, they like you, dude. You can't get to the locker. All you need to do is just celebrate and move on. But if you try to make a run for it, they'll chase you.
Is the roses? Is that the matador hat trick?
What do you mean?
You know how like when you score 3 goals, you get the hats on the ice.
No, the Rose Bowl is just like, remember down here.
No. I'm not talking about the football game. I know what the Rose Bowl is. I'm talking about a matador when they slay the bull. Don't they throw him roses?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. And so, like, do you have to do you go in there with the sense that, hey, I'm going to bring in the roses, or like, do they sell the roses at the bullfighting ring?
I don't know. I don't know. Like when they throw the hats, it's whatever you have on. When they used to throw the scoot through the squids on the ice. Right.
That's Detroit.
They brought the squids to the game, which is disgusting in itself.
Catfish at a Predators game.
Yeah, catfish. Like people playing for which is just disgusting.
Oh,
right?
It's gross.
Like how you go enjoy the game? You got a catfish taped to your stomach. Right? Like it just sounds disgusting.
You think that person buys that catfish or they go noodling for it?
No, they probably buy it. Noodling for it. Well, hey, nothing says intangible like a good old fashioned noodling.
You guys having that noodling in South Carolina, Brittany?
I don't even know what that means.
You don't know what noodling is?
Hold on. Let me spell it out for you. First of all, one of your in-depth rednecks, right, goes into some little corner of the creek where the catfish hang out, and they take and they put their fist underneath like bait.
Into the hole.
The catfish swallows it, and then they pull it out.
Yep.
That's terrifying. No,
it's not. They don't have teeth.
That's how you but you couldn't get stung.
You could get
stung.
Stingers. Yeah, they have stingers.
Yeah.
Those whiskers
are almost
like a stingray.
Yeah, you can't mess with a catfish with his whiskers.
But now I don't know if he can control them.
I don't know. Like a porcupine?
I think, or they just
That's
like
a great question. I don't know.
I don't know. I never look.
I don't think they shoot out like weapons. I think they just have stingers. Like
no, they have them, but I'm saying, can they control them? Like move them to sting you, right? Or they just like whiskers that you accidentally sting yourself with.
Speaking of noodle and catfish, our sister station Kiss Country is bringing back Stars and Strings, featuring Hardy, Dirks Bentley, Dasha, Nate Smith, Zach Top, Hudson Westbrook, and a whole lot more at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel Inn and Casino at their beautiful Hard Rock Live facility. It is on November 6th. If you guys want to win tickets, text the word Hardy, Hardy, Hardy. Text that to 20357. I woke up on the roadside of truck bed this morning. Something like that. Anyway, if you guys want to buy tickets, you can go to starsandstrings.com. Stars and Strings supports Folds of Honor. I saw Hardy. He was recently, I didn't see him in concert, but I saw on Kiss's Instagram page, he was wearing the Panthers jersey at, I think Financial Amphitheater. You know what they call that? Cheap pop. That's cheap how you do that.
Oh,
that cheap pop.
Oh,
so shout out to Hardy wearing the Panthers jersey. Go to WQAM.com for more.
Would he got booed if he would have wore a Tua jersey?
Probably. Actually, you know what's funny is I went to the last concert I went? It might have been the last concert I went to was last year. It was Hootie and the Blowfish and Darius Rucker. It was the night before they were going to take on the Titans again. He goes, I don't know. He's like, I don't know, dude. We haven't been very good.
like what a way to start a concert.
He's like, he goes, they got any Dolphins fans out there? They're like, yeah. He goes, yeah, I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow. But that's a real fan. Listen,
we know.
Man stayed on Dan Marino's couch, So anyway, Stars and Strings, text the word Hardy if you want to win tickets today. And we'll take a break, get some Dolphins on the other side. And welcome back, you rascals. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Hey, Leroy.
Yes, sir.
Guess what's back, dude? Need you to head on over to the Windowplex because we need ourselves a little weather update.
All right.
Take a little looky-loo. But this time, got a new sponsor.
Who's that?
Sponsored by the fine people at Chill Zone AC, featuring reliable Rude AC systems. Make your AC great again. Visit chillzoneac.com. What do we got over at the Windowplex, Leroy?
Dude, we got some terrifying situations right now over at the Windowplex. It is way too sunny for this time of year. Winds are barely moving. No clouds, really. But, folks, you know it's coming. It rains every day in the evening, sometimes with tornadic activities. So be careful. Don't get lulled to sleep by this beautiful weather we're having right now. It is sunny, probably a little bit above 80 degrees. It looks lovely out there. But as soon as the show is over, it's going to get cloudy, and you're probably going to get a bunch of evening rain.
I love how
That's the way it works.
I love how confused Brittany looks right now. Brittany, I don't think since you've been on the show, I don't think you've had the Windowplex. But if I don't know if you've listened in the past and understood this, but was that your first experience of seeing Leroy and his superpowers of weather?
No, it wasn't actually the first and only time I got it was when he dropped the pot. I was graciously here for that one.
That was incredible.
Oh, you should have saw me when we went to the golf course. Oh,
yeah.
I was in my bag right there. Had grass.
Welcome to Chill Zone AC. Happy to have them
sponsoring
our weather reports and then the Windowplex. And now you guys will get to know Leroy's superpower. And go check it out. Check out our friends at chillzoneac.com to make your AC great again. One person who's not going to be great again with the Dolphins, Cam Smith. Rats off a ship.
I'm going to tell you what happened. You ready?
Yes, sir.
This is what happens in situations like this. He probably went pout mouth, started complaining, and the Dolphins said, "You ain't that guy." I'm telling you. Because think of how it went from everything we were talking about to this, right? Something had to happen.
Right.
Whether he said something or he was complaining about, usually guys in those positions that think they should be playing will say something like this. And I've heard it before. If they're not going to play me, they might as well just let me release me and let me go somewhere and play. They say, okay, go.
See ya. Bye.
Right. It happens.
He was yesterday waived off of the non-football injury or non-football illness reserve list. And then the Dolphins went and signed Cedrick Wilson, of course, former Dolphins wide receiver, because Tyreek Hill had surgery on his knee.
Well, the good news is he only had ligament damage.
Yeah, no nerve damage, no bone. That's good. That was all good.
When you dislocate a joint, you have to be careful. Sometimes you'll chip or crack something. So if that didn't happen, then it's just ligaments. That's why he could have the surgery that quick.
It's also too with we'll get with the Cam Smith thing, like, hey man, if you could make this team with the
secondary
the secondary, like, this was a red carpet opportunity for you. And honestly, it's been funny because we came into this year very nervous about the secondary. The pass rush has not been great by the Miami Dolphins.
The secondary's been decent.
They've been pretty good.
Yeah.
They've been pretty good. They've come up with some big plays, like Jack Jones and Rasul Douglas.
Jack Jones and Rasul Douglas have been playing.
I mean, they are veterans. They've been around, but I mean, impressive.
Yeah. So that's been cool. The fact that we don't even talk about Minka, I don't know what to make of that.
Yeah, I don't either.
Right? But, like, if you can't make this team in the secondary, like, based on before the season started, not the way they are now, based on before the season, you should have been licking your chops as an opportunity to go out here and, regardless of what I've done in the past, I have an opportunity right here to show these guys I deserve to be on the field.
Did you when that news came out yesterday about Tyreek Hill, like with the injury updates, like Drew Rosenhaus saying he thinks he could be back realistically by the start of next year. You think that's possible? Like that looked really bad.
Yeah, but keep in mind, again, a dislocation is better sometimes than a break because you don't have the scar tissue, you don't have the calcification, you don't have to worry about all the mobility stuff because you just put it back in place and everything is fine, and then you repair the ligaments. If he had some kind of crack or chip or cartilage damage or anything like that, now you're talking about how long is this going to last before this leg deteriorates to where he can't play the way he wants to play, because now you have all these other injuries in there, things that you don't, kind of think about, but you have cartilage damage or meniscus damage. Now you're talking about at some point in the future, bone on bone, right? So from that standpoint, the fact that it was this way, and I said it when it happened, I told you this Monday, that if it's just a dislocation and there's no cracks, no breaks or anything like that, and they can put it back in place, right? Because I got to tell you, by the time, and this is going to sound weird, by the time they put him in the cast, his leg was probably back in place. I'm talking about on the sideline. Right. So that's how that's what that was for. You can't if your leg is crooked and you put it in a straight brace, what do you think's happening? Right?
So I personally have dislocated my kneecap.
Really?
Yes.
I don't even want to know that. You're smiling. That means the story is just going to be ridiculous.
What happened?
Now I need to hear.
Not ridiculous. Yeah. It's not a ridiculous story.
Okay,
I was a dancer. I was a competitive dancer.
Okay.
And I was taking a tumbling class, and we were doing front handsprings, and my knee completely, I landed, and my knee went out and back in.
Let me tell you about these handsprings. All right. This is exactly why I wanted Sophia out of this cheerleading. They throw her up there willy-nilly.
She's the little one.
They almost dropped her right on her face. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? Just because you have a trampoline floor doesn't mean it doesn't hurt.
I agree. And the thing is I was way too old to be starting tumbling at the age that I was. So I was just super inexperienced. No, I was already in middle school.
No, I understand. I get what you're saying.
I had never trained in tumbling before. And then they were like, oh, we're going to start doing tumbling. And I was on the competitive team, so I did 5 dances, and it was a whole thing. And I've never danced again because I dislocated my kneecap.
My goodness.
And it was one of the most painful, awful recoveries I've ever experienced in my entire life.
I also don't like the idea that they call it tumbling. Like when you say tumbling, I feel like
I'm thinking you're doing a roll,
little rolls. Yeah, my son does jujitsu rolls to warm up. I consider that tumbling. Tumble down the hill. Yeah. Tumbling is flip-de-doos and back handspring round offs, and they just it's tumbling. No, I don't accept that.
So yeah, there has to and the thing is the bad part about it is too, it's all his ligaments got torn as well. So I mean, I was lucky enough that didn't happen to me, and my recovery was awful enough for me to never dance again. So
Yeesh. I dislocated this finger. This is fixed, but when I did it, we fixed it in the huddle.
That's not science.
Yeah. Hey, we were on the 5-yard line. I'm like, I got to get this touchdown. I said, Steve, used to tape his hair because he's an animal with regular tape. So he just taped in the tape. You tape your ankles with and tape it. So in the 30 seconds that we had, we took the tape out of his hair, taped my fingers. My buddy taped my fingers together and carried on. Then when I got to the sidelines, I was like, oh.
Drew Rosenhaus told WSVN's Josh Moser, quote, all of the torn ligaments were back into place, no nerve damage, no blood flow issues or broken bones.
That's it.
His knee cartilage is fine. The goal is for him to be ready next season.
There you go.
He also says he'd love to stay with the Dolphins. We'd love to figure out something that works for both sides. He doesn't have any guaranteed money past this year. I think that's going to depend on what the Dolphins do this year, right? Like,
I
I mean, I suppose if
but here's the deal. Depending on how they work something out, they might be able to keep him and do an incentive-laden contract with not 30 million guaranteed or 25 million guaranteed. And if that's acceptable, and again, I don't know, like, what can you demand, coming off of this injury? I'm not sure, because keep in mind, Drew Rosenhaus's job is to let you know his player's at 100%, and you're gonna get the old Tyreek, even though
he's a master at it. He's
right.
If anybody's he's gonna go on, McAfee and all the places and be like, he's better than ever, all that stuff.
Right. So from that standpoint, it'll definitely depend on, and then here's a true sign of whether a player wants to be here or not: the negotiations. If Tyreek really wants to be here and he wants to see it through, and he has that option, right? Because before June 1st, is it June 1st?
Yeah, it's someday. I think
it's June 1st. He has to be cut before June 1st, or that money is on the books. So maybe they'll do it early, or maybe they'll do it late. Now, they'll negotiate a new contract before they release him, because they don't want him out there in the open. So they won't do it until the last possible minute. So this may drag on, not because any other thing other than why would you release him early and let him go and negotiate with a bunch of teams that might end up costing you more?
We'll take a break. Just a regular old second hours next. Welcome back, everybody. It is Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Back with you here on a Wednesday. We're streaming live on YouTube and Twitch, the channel 104.3 WQAM on YouTube, Miami 104.3 WQAM on Twitch. You guys can watch us live there each and every day. Get involved in the chat. You can also check out Joe Rose now streaming live and Hockman and Crowder. We've got everybody on board now. Hockman and Crowder and Solana now streaming live.
You're welcome.
Censored. You're welcome, everybody.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
We were the guinea pigs a long time ago.
Dude, we were not only the guinea pigs, we were the scientists, all right? We were performing our own experiments.
Yep.
So good to have everybody aboard, and appreciate you guys joining us. Also streaming on the Odyssey app, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn in your ears. And, of course, great to be with you here on the FM dial, which, by the way, I was driving up this week to Orlando, Leroy. I was getting us in, like, St. Lucie. I was like, I'm still hearing us. I'm still hanging on, still hearing us. Then we turned into Latin music. Eventually.
When you're driving, it's a quick change.
It is. It's a quick change.
You go to a commercial, you come back, and you're like, whoa.
It went from Bad Takes to Bad Bunny like that.
What are you trying to say?
What?
We had bad takes.
Sometimes.
Oh, really?
What? I said us. Oh, your takes are always spot on. Let me ask you this, dude. Get to our headlines here, brought to you by Doral Kia. Doral Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com. You heading off to your friends at the Mistake by the Lake today?
No.
Oh, not today?
Not today.
Well, big news for you guys today. Joe Flaco. Sit your ass down.
What, dude?
Dillon Gabriel is going to get the start this week.
Let me explain something to you. Did I not tell you this before the season started?
It felt bad for Joe. I thought he was going to get a little bit more run.
He's 40. Here's what happens with Joe Flaco. The same thing that happens with Jameis Winston. They give you 3 or 4 weeks and you're like, oh, we got one. We got good Joe. Then you don't. I mean, Jameis Winston throw for 400 3 weeks in a row and then throw for 120 the next 4 consecutive weeks. And you're like, what the hell just happened?
Going to be interesting. That is they're taking on the Vikings this week. That's the London game. Living on in London.
I was actually supposed to go.
I know that rat bastard.
Yeah.
Got a Peaky Blinder running this scheme over here.
I don't know.
You know what? You don't want to go anyway, dude. They're mugging people across the pond, apparently.
Oh, listen, I've been doing push-ups and sit-ups, and I'm like, listen, you're going to come take my money. You better bring a lunch.
I was starting to watch this show on Netflix, House of Guinness. Has Big Spoon gotten into this House of Guinness? I feel like she always watches the latest stuff.
I don't know. Because here's the worst thing about even trying to watch a show with my wife. Hey, what you watching? Don't know. Don't ask me about it. I'm watching it now too.
You watch this house? You seen House of Guinness, Brittany? You got that Netflix?
No, I have not seen it.
Well, it's about not surprisingly, it's about the rise of Guinness and them expanding in America, right? But there's a lot of shenanigans along the way, as there usually is with one of these Irish shows. But do you know who's on the show that I was like, why is this guy bugging me out? Like I was like trying to depict, because there's this guy, he was a real I mean, he sounded like a real leprechaun dude, right? Like Conor McGregor, but with marbles in his mouth. And I'm like, who is that? He's like, take the Guinness over there. And I'm like, who is that? Oh, that's Joffrey. I didn't know that guy was still acting. Remember King Joffrey?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
From Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
He looks weird. Doesn't he? He looks weird. How did that little kid end up looking like that is crazy.
I'm like, this dude looks like a leprechaun.
Right.
Like a legit leprechaun. Crazy. Anyway, that was that's House of Guinness. Check that out. But yes, Dillon Gabriel is going to get the start, and we'll see how he does. And
Dave South is at it again.
What do you say?
Leroy even wants his robbers to bring him a sandwich. That's right. Hey, If they pack a lunch, I'm gonna beat their ass and take the lunch. Role reversal. My thing is, listen, if ever I got in a fight with a group of guys, I'd be like this. I may get my butt whooped, but one of y'all coming with me. I don't know which one, but all y'all ain't gonna make it out of here. So if y'all can deal with that, come get some.
Well, the Bangers and Mash Bowl between the Browns and Vikings is 9:30 with Dillon Gabriel starting. Minnesota's a 3.5-point favorite. Are they getting McCarthy back anytime soon?
I think one more week.
One more week with him out?
He could be out this week. He could be in this week, but I think it's one more week.
Let's see. Yeah, he's doubtful. Doubtful for this week.
Yeah, one more week.
Oh, Van Ginkel's out this week. No.
They've been struggling a little bit too.
Yeah, they're 2-2. So we'll see what they got. Flo does do good against rookie quarterbacks usually. So we'll see what he's got for old Dillon Gabriel in this matchup. But it is interesting, Leroy. This has been pointed out. It's not my original take, but this you got the Browns. They're turning into a rookie. Cooper Rush is now starting for the Ravens for at least a few weeks. It seems like. Yeah, and we already know.
What are you gonna do? You can't have Lamar on a bum hammy.
Nope,
that's part of his game.
And then you got Joe Burrow, of course, out probably for the season. This damn Aaron Rodgers, he looks like he may have peeked his way into a division title with this NFC North, which looked like a juggernaut. Everybody's like, hey, that's going to be like, is this not football to the finest? This looks like a juggernaut division. Yeah. And this bastard looks like he has set himself up pretty to ride this thing to the playoffs.
And you know what's crazy? The narrative on this is not going to be all the injuries in the division. The narrative is going to be Aaron still got it.
Still got it.
You know what I mean? It's a weird, depending on who it is, depends on how we tell the story, right? Because they
got a bye. We got bye weeks already. They're on a bye this week.
This is week 5.
Week 5, we're already on buys. Yeah,
you got 2 buys this week, don't you? This year.
Do you? There's not 18 games. I think that's still an 18 game start.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought we had two buys.
Falcons, Bears, Packers, Steelers on a bye this week. Monday Night Football, you got Chiefs and Jags. Sunday Night Football, Pats and Bills.
Ooh. Buffalo Bills just nicknamed them prime time.
They're just creaming everybody.
Right.
Just rolling over.
Well, no, they play in every primetime game. Like Thursday, Sunday, Monday.
Not a ton of great games this week, though.
No.
Especially with all the everybody getting hurt.
Well,
tomorrow's decent.
It's hard to tell the story to NFL and not include all this stuff, but when it's all said and done, when you get a champion, nobody's going to care, right? And that's the thing. My biggest issue is we complaining about how quarterbacks look, and we probably got 5 or 6 quarterbacks that are under 6 feet in the league.
Yeah, you got Kyler. We're gonna have 2 of them this week.
Yep.
With Bryce and Tua. Dillon Gabriel.
Russ is not okay. Not Russ. Who else? You got Kyler. You got Baker.
I don't know how tall Jake Browning is. I'm sorry.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. I don't even know what he looks like.
When they talk about, players looking the part, Rattler.
Is Rattler under 6 foot?
Yeah, he's not very tall. When they talk about looking the part, it's amazing how we've gotten away from that at only one position, right? Because even when Achane came out, well, he's tiny, he's small. They didn't even care how he played, right? That's what they said about him.
He's so good.
Same thing with Cook in Buffalo. He's not the biggest of guys, right?
I think didn't Maurice Jones-Drew ranked Devon Achane the 28th best running back coming in this year? This dude is such a dog. He's been so good. Which I find crazy because I know like Maurice Jones-Drew had like quads the size of Cadillacs, but still he was a small running back.
Well, no, he was. Here's the kicker: 5'8", 205, 210.
Moose.
He's built like a 4x4. He is.
He is. I know. I remember.
Right.
I know.
So it's like trying to, like, in those situations, there's a couple of guys that I remember playing. It was like tackling a beach ball. You can't really get a good grip on them, a fire hydrant. There you go, Timbo.
Crazy.
So yeah, but we've like deviated from that aspect of football, right? Because people want a quarterback so bad that they have eaten that one rule that now we will accept a quarterback who doesn't look the part, and then complain when his balls get batted, and then complain when he has to throw balls a certain way because he can't see over the offensive lineman. So, like, make up your mind.
We'll take a break here on the program. You guys can get us on the chat on YouTube and Twitch. We'll take a break. Back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. It is Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM as we take you guys up until 2 here on the show. We get to the mixed bag a little bit later on here in the show. We got Rats Off a Ship coming up next hour as we play that every single Wednesday. And also want to let you guys know that Sports Talk on WQAM, that's our radio station. Sports Talk on WQAM is presented by Paramount Plus. You can't count on much, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday all season long. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. The Dolphins, they'll be taking on the Carolina Panthers. Game Day Uncensored will come your way at 9 a.m. this week, getting you ready for Fins and Panthers. And been having a lot of Carolina matchups. We've been having the Florida Panthers take on the Hurricanes, basically. Last night they played Tampa in Orlando, I think. I guess that, yeah, they did it in Orlando.
They did it where the Magic play.
I think so, yeah. Whatever their team is, I think it's the Sun Bears or something like that is their hockey team.
Right.
So they had a little game ski there. As the cat, dude, Leroy, next Tuesday, dude, Cats are back, baby.
I know
the Cats are back next Tuesday.
Are you thinking like I am and say let's just play Panther hockey and just weather the storm? Because here's the problem: we shouldn't think this way because this team has 4 guys on the team that have been number ones somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And they came here and started playing a role.
Right.
So if you have to take one of those guys, because you got 2 of them missing now, you got Barkey and you got Kachuk.
Mm-hmm.
If you take one of those other guys and move them it's not going to be as good, but they have been stars on other teams. So I think it's not going to be as bad during the regular season. I think where you will especially miss Barkey is when you get to the playoffs.
100%. Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth for sure.
So from that standpoint, I'm not worried about the regular season, but I want them to build on something so that at least they find a way to compensate for that loss so that when they get into these tough, physical playoff series that they know by then how to handle it.
Look, they have 3 major injuries that they got to overcome, and that, is any team as equipped to do it than the Panthers? Probably not.
Right.
But I think the trickier thing they got to decide is, what, and I don't know what the right answer to this is, when you have the cap finagling rules aren't what they used to be. You can't just do the, hey, we get a $10 million player and then Barkey comes back. The new rules deem like if you want to use the whole kit and caboodle, you got to rule him out for the season. Like not even the playoffs, he can't come back if you want to use a $10 million.
Well, he's out for the year.
They're saying 7 to 9 months, like it's that,
7
so
to
like
9 months though, dude. You
I know
want to bring him back
right in the playoffs,
in the middle of the playoffs?
It's Barkey.
It doesn't, dude. Like you're talking about a knee, on skates, right? Like a slip or bad ice or something like that, you're back to where you started. And I'm not like 7 to 9 months. Does that mean 100% 7 to 9 months?
I don't know
You
what
see
that
what
means.
I'm saying?
And hockey's vague,
right?
Like hockey's just intentionally vague. So I think that it's like they could use it. I think it's like 3.8 million, and then or they get the whole $10 million slot if he's definitely not coming back.
It depends on. Now, I would say this. Here's how you have to do it. It depends on who you get.
Right.
You see what I mean? Is it worth if you get a really good player?
Well,
right?
there's talk are the Panthers going to go snoop around the Penguins and get one of their dudes, either Crosby or Malkin.
Really?
I mean, look, both old as hell. I mean, they've, it's very established champions. I mean, like when the Penguins are in their heyday, but
and they're offensive guys, right? So
And I don't know what Bill Zito's going to do.
No,
you
but
know
I'm
Bill
saying
Zito's.
those are two offensive guys.
Mhm.
You're still, what about that other portion, the main portion of Barkey that we all love during the
defense.
playoff is
Yeah.
the defense. So
Yep.
is it worth it, even though it sounds great? We got a lot of scoring. But where Barkey makes his biggest, impact is actually on the other end. So signing a guy who can score and giving up that defensive area of what Barkey does that make you better or a little bit worse?
Yeah, unless we're just going to see Rhino really shine, because Reinhardt's good at that too. Like he's runner up in the Selke every year.
Right.
We'll see, dude. I mean, look, I'm just excited that they're back. Dade South says Roy Bellamy would lose his mind if they got Crosby. Roy hates Sidney Crosby.
Really?
Yeah, he's a whiner,
I mean, like,
and not like a Kachuk pain. Like he's like Luka. Like he's just like, don't touch me. I'm the greatest thing on ice.
Well, he's
He's-
like Edmonton.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Right.
Everybody in Edmonton.
Oh, dude, I can't wait for that series that's coming out. I cannot wait because I think Corey Perry like loses his mind in the middle of the Stanley Cup, because Corey Perry's been on, I think he's been on 4 losing Stanley Cup teams.
Jeez.
And he's old, and the older cranky.
Yeah.
But he like apparently loses his mind during the middle of the Stanley Cup. I think after the Panthers go to them in all those fights.
Right.
Where Jonah Gadjevich was like just smiling like a maniac.
It's like there's nothing more discouraging when you get in a fight with somebody and you're going all out and you look on the other side and the guy's smiling.
Too, like how many times in every series are they going into this thing being like, don't do the thing where we make the Panthers go Panthers. Don't go them into fights, but they can't help it.
Because they think here, let's be realistic about sports, right? Some of what the Panthers do is they make other teams play outside of their element because they're going into the game, and here's what they hear constantly. Panthers are one of the most physical teams. Panthers get after it. Panthers are cool playing a 1-0 game. And then you immediately thinking when you're on the other side, I can play like that too. That's the whole point of it. Right. That's where they want you to go. They want you to think about, let me try to be more physical than the Panthers and not play your game. And that's what happens over and over again, that you have guys who don't normally fight that are now getting in fights and getting penalties. And that means, guess what? The Panthers win. Now, the one thing that's scary about Edmonton's much better than the Panthers were in 4-on-4. So when they got in those fights and both guys got penalty minutes, I was a little worried.
Sure. They really thumped them that series, though. I don't know. And it's going to be, I mean, like this is going to be an interesting year for them, because the entire year for Edmonton is simply going to be, is McDavid staying? And it very much sounds like he's open to leaving. Right. So I don't know. And I don't know. Like, I don't think the Panthers are going to be able to afford him. I think he's probably going to end up in Vegas or Tampa. But, it's like this is probably their last run at it, too. Speaking of the old, familiar with Vic Fangio? Don't look at me like that, Brittany. Sometimes there's segues. It's radio. Familiar with Vic Fangio?
Yours are always like, when you say it, you're like, I think I know where he's going, but it could be off. Like, oh, by the way, I was watching TV last night, and that's how you start. So we don't know.
We were talking. Well, I just want to say, because we were talking about this yesterday, right, with the kicks, because Nick Folk kicked like a 60-yarder, and we're like, hey, man, that's suspicious,
right?
Well, Vic Fangio, Fangs, the old man's antennas are up. All right. And he smells a rat when it comes to these kicking balls that are going around, and Fangs wants answers.
These kicking balls that they changed this year have drastically changed the kicking game, field goals in particular. So it's almost like they need an asterisk here, like it was the live ball error, or the asterisk for those home runs Bonds and Sosa and McGuire were hitting. The way they've changed the ball the NFL, the kicking ball has drastically changed the field goals.
Is the shape different?
No, the
Oh my
kicking
goodness!
balls, you can ask Clay about it when he gets in here, but
Did he?
in years past, the officials would rub them down or other people would rub them down and you
That's
play
not
with
true.
them. Now the balls are in-house all week and they kick those balls that they've had and nobody else touches them.
They've done
The
that.
guy in Dallas is going to hit a 70-plus yarder this year. You can just book it.
That's not true. That's not true. That is 100% inaccurate.
Do tell.
They have always, the kicking balls for years, the kickers have gotten the balls. You can treat those balls. I told you how they treat them. They scruff all the wax off of them because they come all nice and shiny. They scrub the wax off of them. They submerge them in water and pump them up to overinflate them. Then they dry them off and stretch that leather out so that you ever notice when you see a kicker kick it off, he mashes the ball and it looks real soft.
Yes.
That's why, because those balls have been treated.
Well, let me ask you this. Do they have to, in pastures, do they have to approve them? Like, for example, I know in boxing, you get to have a certain amount of gloves. The commission has to approve them, and then you have to pick a glove from the approved. So, like, does the ref have to go in?
It's a bag of balls. It's like the kicking balls. You have like a bag of like 12 balls, and they inspect the balls, make sure everything is okay or whatever, and then you play with them during the course of a game. If you notice, a kicking ball has a K on it in the corner. They write a K on it because those balls have been treated differently than all the other balls. Now the regular footballs are those are the balls he's talking about. They show up brand new balls, right? They're not treated or anything like that. That's why sometimes when it gets really cold, the wax on the ball makes the ball slippery. Right? So, like, he's 100% wrong.
I don't know,
They've
dude.
always been, I'm saying, wait, before yesterday,
right?
Before we even talked about what Vic Fangio had to say, what did I explain?
No, you said that they'll throw them in the dryer and things like that. But it's something like this. Okay, so this is something that has been done.
I would be, listen, let me explain something to you. It's Nick Folk's problem, right? Because he ain't bodied by Jake. All these other guys look fit.
Right.
And he goes out there breathing heavy and kick from 60. Then we got questions.
No, but that's what I thought. Like, I was like, oh, we're just breeding different kickers. But when the old man is kicking ball, like
his career high at 40.
Fangio's got a point. Fangio's like, he's got to have something like, hey, is there something that's changed with the balls? Like, are they pumping helium in them? Like, what the hell's going on?
Helium doesn't affect.
Oh, no, dude. Didn't Ray Guy do that? Wasn't that a thing?
No, Ray Guy had a horse leg.
Didn't they say that he put helium in the balls? I swear that's a story, Brittany. I swear to God that's a story. He's looking at me like I'm an idiot, but I swear that's an urban legend. I'm looking it up right now.
Like,
Ray Guy.
I just don't think that would even work, right?
No, it wouldn't. Can I just ask you a question?
What?
Tobin?
Yeah.
Why do you go out of your way to make us both look like we've never been around the game?
That's a famous urban legend.
No. Right? If you put helium in a football or a basketball, what do you think is going to happen?
Oh, nothing. I mean, it's heavy, right?
Correct.
Here it is. AI review. I've just the first thing, first of all, when you type in Ray Guy on Google, the next word that comes up is helium. Okay. The rumor about Hall of Fame punter Ray Guy using helium-filled footballs was widely circulated from an accusation in 1977 by Houston Oilers coach Bum Phillips.
Bum Phillips is a Vic Fangio all over again. That guy used to say all kind of crazy crap. Are you kidding me? The go-to guy. You can't pick the crazy. Go look at some of Bum Phillips' comments. He was a Looney Tunes.
Kind of scared too. Okay.
He was Looney Tunes.
The accusation. After a 1977 game, Houston Oilers coach Bum Phillips accused Oakland Raiders of using helium in their footballs to give Ray Guy an advantage with his high hang time punts. The Oilers retrieved one of Guy's footballs and sent it to a lab at Rice University for analysis. But the lab test found that the football was filled with ordinary air, debunking the helium claim.
Thank you. So you had a Looney Tunes making a comment, and you ran with it 40 years later? 50 years.
I don't know.
Oh, my goodness. Because somebody accused somebody, he's too good. He must have helium in it. First of all, what kind of jackass would even suggest that, knowing that helium is not going to do anything to a football?
Dude, it was the 70s.
He doesn't know. Exactly. Will you just admit, now that I've read it, it does sound kind of crazy? Right?
They called him Bum Phillips for a reason.
No, so listen. So here's what I remember about Bum Phillips growing up, right? Bum Phillips, they went to the playoffs one year, and I think they went to the championship game when he was with Houston or with the Saints, and then he coached for the Saints for a minute. And his was his postseason comments. This year, we banged on the door. Next year, we're going to knock that some bitch down.
That is a quote. That's the first thing that comes.
Yes, dude. Everybody thought that guy was Looney Tunes. And his son was the opposite.
Do you want to hear? His son is Wade Phillips?
Yes. Never even, I don't even know what Wade Phillips sounds like.
Do you want some famous Bum Phillips
Bum
quotes?
Phillips used to wear the cowboy hat.
Well, Stetson.
Yes, dude. Looney Tunes. What are you talking about?
These are the best quotes from Bum Phillips according to
yes,
On3.
He was a caricature. What are you talking about? And without knowing this, you take something that you didn't even know the man said. Didn't Ray Guy use the helium? What are we doing?
These are number one. There's two kinds of coaches: them that's fired and them that's going to be fired.
Yes, I'm telling you. Keep going. I'm telling you, this guy was a piece of work. It was must-see TV to get some kind of entertainment out of a team that wasn't playing well.
Bum Phillips also said, "The harder we played, the behinder we got."
I'm telling you. Well, you want to talk about a man's man, right?
Bum Phillips said, "Mama always said that if you can't rain on you, you're indoors."
Wait, just imagine the people listening to Mike McDaniel if they had to listen to that too.
Dallas Cowboys may be America's team, but the Houston Oilers are Texas's team. That's good. I like that.
Didn't he? I think he went from Houston to New Orleans, right?
I don't know.
If I'm not mistaken. Dude, I'm telling you.
What a hat.
You said, Bum Phillips said, oh, no.
He was the Saints head coach from 81 to 85.
Yes. I think 81 to 85, and then they fired him and then went 10-0.
Dave South says, why does he sound like Zach Sealer?
Because that's how, dude, he wore a cowboy hat and he talked and everybody was like, wow. And Tobin, 50 years later, is now quoting Bum Phillips. Do you realize who you're quoting? Think about that. Then wait, you read some of these quotes and then say, oh yeah, didn't Ray Guy use helium? Now I tell you who said it. Are you believing it now? You see what I'm saying? Oh my goodness.
He said, quote, "You fail all the time, but you aren't a failure until you start blaming someone else."
What? I'm telling yes, that's bumping. Are you with me yet? Do you understand now?
I don't mind people thinking I'm stupid, but I don't want to give them any proof. The flip is he saying?
I'm telling you, like, Bum Phillips was a piece of work. It was mustless. You think, when you hear they show the thing playoffs, right? That was just this much of Bum Phillips' repertoire. That dude has some sayings.
He says, if I die, if I drop dead tomorrow, at least I know I died in good health.
There you go. Thank you. Welcome to the Bum Phillips experience. Oh my goodness. You are.
He said once, I don't know if I like this. I'm not going to say this quote because I don't know. I don't know what Bum Phillips is, if he had any controversy in his past. No, I don't know. He once said on Warren Moon, that boy could throw a football through a car wash and not get it wet.
Is that his way of saying he had a hose? Keep in mind, look, wait, you want to know what's interesting about Warren Moon? One of the reasons why he didn't get drafted and had to go to the Canadian Football League because they said he was too short.
Jeez.
Think about that and think about where we are now. Warren Moon, when I was in Minnesota, that dude threw the prettiest football I have ever seen till this day. You know how sometimes quarterbacks throw balls and it wobbles a little bit? He never threw a ball that wobbled.
I can't believe this. I can't believe these are real quotes.
Yes. Do you believe me now?
Look, all right, dude. But Vic Fangio, I mean, what am I supposed to do?
So Vic Fangio is like he's we need to check these footballs. Like
he did warn us. He did warn us about Cam Smith. He was on point on that.
Yeah. Everybody is getting bigger, stronger, and better at their craft. Quarterbacks, running backs, D linemen are like you got D linemen running 4.5s now, brush ins, right? But the kicker can't. The kicker is only supposed to be able to make a 50-yarder and throughout the history of the game. And keep in mind, a lot more of these kickers are playing soccer, and a lot more of these kickers are not coming from necessarily a background of kicking. Look at all the punters.
Well,
you are, dude, I'm telling you.
We'll take a break. Mixed bag is next. Welcome back, you rascals. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program, streaming live on YouTube and Twitch and on the Odyssey app, iHeartRadio and TuneIn apps. You guys get the Tobin and Leroy podcast. All of our Miami Heat Media Day interviews are there for you guys. We will bring you Bam out of bio later on today's show. If you guys missed that, Bam. Man, we could have gone with Bam for an hour, honestly.
Yeah.
We could have gone with Bam for an hour. He was hobnobbing. I mean, he had a busy schedule, but man, I feel like Leroy and Bam need a reality show together. I really do. I mean, those two nonstop chatter off.
It's funny because when I walked in the hallway and saw him, he said, "Oh, here we go."
Dade South points out in the chat, but yep, there is news from Miami Heat camp. Terry Rozier strained a hammy. He did not practice today.
Yeah, like man, sometimes in life you get on the wrong side of it, and there ain't nothing you could do right. You know what I mean? I would imagine Terry said this offseason, I'm gonna work my ass off. I'm gonna show these guys what I can do.
He apparently lost like 10 to 12 pounds, Spo said.
That's that stress. Let's come on now. Like I ain't gonna even try to put it on a whole bunch of stuff. That stress gets you. You know, I just want listen. We all have seen him play.
Mm-hmm.
We all know that he has had moments with the Heat where he went on the floor and he was that dog.
Right.
And I don't know what happened. I don't know why. We know he has it in him, and I hope that he could get back to that place.
Mm-hmm.
But with everything else going on, you have to wonder as a human, because he's a human first. He's a man first. His job and what he does is after that fact. I don't know how much it's affecting him, right? Because I'm more than sure his lawyers are telling him one thing like, hey, man, just go relax and play. You don't have to worry about this. You're good. But then having to answer questions all the time or having people mumble about it around you all the time doesn't help. So I hope that he can get back to playing, even if it's not with the Heat, right? That dude ain't did nothing wrong to me. He always been cool, right? We had fun talking to him. Seems like a good dude. So I want him to be able to get back at least before his career is over with and have one of those years where everybody say, okay, this is what he can do.
I will say, Pella's hurt. He's dealing with the quad. Tyler's hurt. Terry Rozier. Drew Smith is kind of still on the mend from the Achilles, although he's been cleared. Doors opening up for Kasparos Yakachonis, at least in the preseason, to get a little looky-loo.
I think everybody's going to get a good look because Spo, besides maybe 5 or 6 guys, Spo doesn't know what roles everybody else is going to play, right? And so I think now is the time for all those guys. Now, Yakachonis, I think he's going to be a backup point guard, but he turns the ball over too much.
I think a couple things that are goosies, and we do got to get to mixed bag here. Goran back at training camp with him, which my heart is full when Gogi's there. I mean,
what are you doing, dude?
I just love the guy. He's just the best. He's just the best. Teach him that iron shoulder, because you know what they say happens in Boca, Leroy.
Right.
Lessons. Goran Dragić, remote professor at FAU. He's here to teach you Iron Shoulder 101, Kasparos. Let's get to the mixed bag. Well, speaking of the Heat, Erik Spoelstra, he's just like us. Yesterday, in the midst of a media session, he said that he's tired of something down here in South Florida. Here's what Spo had to say.
Eric, maybe not a lot of big national expectations from this team.
I know. Why are you here? Do you live down here or something? Go back to New York. We're tired of all the New Yorkers moving down here. I'm dead serious.
Wow.
That's a real one right there.
Well, he probably knows him really well because
maybe.
there was a lot of laughs and giggles.
Well, glass from the other side. Now it's Spo.
Yeah.
No. I really please.
I mean, we sent 2 New York teams home sad this past weekend.
Sure did.
I'll take it.
Tough week for all, man. It's a tough week for New York when all they got is Knicks Media Day and Jackson Dart doing the whatever the hell that was.
Oh,
the intangibles.
Hey, let me tell you, no, that wasn't. He wasn't dancing like intangibles. There ain't no intangible dance like that. I'm more than sir. He shocked all the black people on this team. I ain't gonna lie.
Napheesa Collier, she and WNBA star. Did you see this yesterday, Leroy?
The comments after
Yeah. Well, the Lynx season came to an end, and
they have the best record in the league too this year. I think they did.
You were probably right about that.
Yeah.
But she not too pleased with WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert. And she was out here saying the commish not saying the greatest things about her stars. Here's what Collier had to say.
At Unrivaled this past February, I sat across from Kathy and asked how she planned to address the officiating issues in our league. Her response was, well, only the losers complain about the refs. I also asked how she planned to fix the fact that players like Caitlin, Angel, and Paige, who are clearly driving massive revenue for the league, are making so little for their first 4 years. Her response was, Caitlin should be grateful she makes $16 million off the court because without the platform that the WNBA gives her, she wouldn't make anything. And in that same conversation, she told me players should be on their knees thanking their lucky stars for the media rights deal that I got them. That's a mentality driving our league from the top. We go to battle every day to protect a shield that doesn't value us. The league believes it succeeds despite its players, not because of them.
Oof.
I mean, if that's accurate, right? They got some problems. Because if you think about the commissioner in every other sport, the main thing they talk about is promoting the players because they're the product, right? Every other, that's like, I guess, 101, Commissioner Rule 101. The players drive your revenue. And if you think that way, and you think the only reason why the league is great is because of what you're doing, that's going to be a tough one to get around. So now we got to run back to the commissioner, right?
Well,
and what I don't want to hear is, I think she misunderstood what I was saying.
She gave out a
evidently
statement.
She did.
Yeah, she did a statement. I don't believe she copped anything. I think she said it was unfortunate that let me get the exact statement from.
Oh, so she's not going to even comment on it. She's going to comment on here we go. Let me say it because I've had this said to me before, and I almost lost my mind.
Commissioner
I'm
Engelbert.
sorry you feel that way.
I have the utmost respect for Napheesa Collier and all of the players in the WNBA. Together, we have worked tirelessly to transform this league. My focus remains on ensuring the bright future for the players and the WNBA, including collaborating on how we can continue to elevate the game. I am disheartened by how Napheesa characterized our conversations and league leadership, but even when our perspectives differ, my commitment to the players and to this work will not waver.
That is somebody write me something to say. You know what I'm saying? Come on, really? That's one of those things you could take that right there, that same script, and take it to any other head of a company who has a complaint about how they're running things and have them read that. It don't mean it for. It could be for Coca-Cola. It could be for Yahoo. It could be for the NFL. It could be for hockey, right? It could be for basketball. Just read that line. So-and-so said this. Oh, it's unfortunate that I have, yeah, come on, man. Like, at some point, the players want to see that you're real, right? The players want to see that. Now, here's what I would say. Was she the only one in that room?
When they talked?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because if
But I saw a lot of players for Napheesa coming out, like Asia Wilson and Caitlin Clark and Paige Becker, like all of them. I don't think they're going to bat for her if they think she's lying or just
right, correct,
because they're not going to put their name to it too.
And plus, depending on who says it,
right, who
like
has the
depending on who says it, like if the right person says it, and clearly everybody in the league respects Napheesa, right? Everybody in the league respects her because the way they came out. Now, that being said, that means the commissioner got some work to do.
Oh, yeah.
Because if all the people who you say drive the revenue feel that way about you, you better make good by them quickly. Because guess what? Your boss and your bosses. What are we doing? Hey, excuse me, what are we doing?
Listen, no
Did
fan
you
of her.
say that?
I'm no fan of her. Get us the soul already, dude.
So it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because, to be honest with you, the last couple of years of the WNBA has kind of been must-watch TV.
Mm-hmm.
Like the drama, the series, the games have all been extremely entertaining, and it's a shame that this kind of puts kind of a black eye on all of it, and you don't fully get to appreciate it because we're at the end of the season, right? So
Sure.
It's unfortunate, but that, man, you can't say, like, if that's true, like at that moment in time, you gotta lie.
Oof.
You gotta lie and say, no, I'm fully invested. We're gonna make this right. What do I need to do? And even if you're not gonna do nothing, right? Like, you can't go that.
We'll take a break. Back more to this. All right, welcome back, everybody. It is Tobin and Leroy here with you. Get off to some headlines here to start off this hour, which is, I know we started off late, but we got really into the mixed bag. Sometimes you get in the mixed bag and you get lost in the bag, dude. That's what happens.
You got lost on Vic Fangio, and then you got lost on, we got lost a little bit in the Asia, not the Asia, Napheesa Collins comments. Yeah.
Yep. I don't think you got either of her names right, but
is it Napheesa?
Napheesa Collier.
Napheesa.
Headlines are brought to you by Doral Kia. Doral Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Kia or at doralkia.com. Miami Heat continuing training camp today at FAU. Hoot. Erik Spoelstra yesterday revealing that Pelle Larsson is missing time with a quad contusion suffered at Eurobasket. We also learned today from those boots on the ground that Terry Rozier did not practice because of a hammy. Also, this just in from Heat practice, Leroy. Guess who is at Heat camp today?
Gogi?
No, I believe Gogi was there yesterday. He may be there again today, but I don't know. I believe he was there yesterday.
It can't be the regular ones like Zoe or
non-Heat. It's a Panthers tie.
Ooh, Keshad?
Barkey.
Whoa.
Aleksander Barkov is, I believe he lives in Boca. He loves hoops. He is at practice today. Apparently he's hobnobbing with Alonzo Mourning and other Heat people. But yeah, Sasha Barkov on crutches.
Yeah.
Man.
I think you're on crutches for a couple of weeks when you have ligament.
I'm gonna miss him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss him. But yeah, Aleksander Barkov is at Heat practice today. So there you go. That's kind of cool. Heat I mean, all of a sudden the Heat are kind of thin at guard right now. I was like, oh man, the Heat got all these guards. Well, maybe not.
I mean, dude, this camp. You got time.
Understood. Well, I mean, Tyler's not.
And what's different, the reason why I give a little bit of a different, kind of view on this other than football is because a lot of these guys are actually playing basketball all year, and that Euro basketball is brutal.
For Pella, yes.
Right.
Terry is, that happened in practice. But Pella's the one that's interesting. I tell you who should be, not actually Yakachonis, even though he's probably going to get some minutes with all these guys getting hurt, at least in the preseason. The guy who should be jumping at this opportunity
Drew
right
Smith?
now. A little Drew Smith, man. Erik Spoelstra loves Drew Smith. My God, I was listening to him on Drew Smith yesterday. I mean, I don't know if there's anybody in the world outside of family Erik Spoelstra loves more than Drew Smith. I don't. Maybe Udonis has him and Dwayne Wade.
Yeah,
I think that's the list. Is
because you have to realize that Udonis, D Wade, and Spo all came up together.
Yes,
right.
But he loves Drew Smith.
Right.
But no, the person who should Jaime Jaquez Jr. is like, dude, this is your you better come out of these games and these preseason games guns a-blazing.
Well, he just need to make shots.
Needs to make shots, need to get back to being himself.
I mean,
last
did
year
he put an extra liner in that stomach?
Yeah,
dude, he's supposed to weigh with all the bubble guts he had, he's supposed to weigh 130 pounds.
Crazy, man. Oh, anyway, so that's going on there. We got baseball playoffs going to start up in about an hour. These series are going to continue. Give you the rundown for today. As at 1:00, we got game 2 between the Detroit Tigers and Cleveland Guardians. Then we have at 3:00, San Diego at Chicago. Same schedule as yesterday. Boston Red Sox at New York Yankees at 6. And then tonight, we got the Cincinnati Reds at the LA Dodgers. So that is your rundown for today in these game 2s in the wild card round. And then if necessary, we got that tomorrow. We'll see. But
Yankees can't win if they only score 1 run.
No,
I mean, even though they got an excellent start by Fried. Excellent.
Yep. I mean, Aaron Boone, man, you know, he's got to be kicking himself with how that went yesterday. And Jazz Chisholm, I got to think he's going to be in the lineup for today. with the way that went yesterday. Tyreek Hill, of course, the big news is that Tyreek Hill had surgery.
Which is a good thing. They didn't have to wait, right?
Dolphins,
that process can start sooner.
The Dolphins officially announced today that Cedrick Wilson will take his spot on the roster. The Dolphins also announcing yesterday that Cam Smith has been waived off the reserve non-football illness list. So that one is your first pick from 2023, even though he was a second rounder because the Dolphins got busted tampering.
He literally. It's unfortunate because there wasn't even that moment where we said, oh, we can see why they drafted him, right? Yep. Like, you know, usually what happens as you step up in class is that you have moments, but you can't do it consistently, right? That's usually what separates you from the next level of sport. So I'm amazed that as long as he was here, there was no moment where the team, anybody around the team, anybody a fan of the Dolphins could say, remember that moment? Because we said that about everybody else. No ignominy, right?
Yeah.
He had the interception. Like everybody has had moments. He didn't even have a moment.
When Chris Greer came out, and look, Chris Greer you're gonna want your picks to work. Like when he came out unsolicited this off season, it was like,
called him out.
Yeah, we can't hold his hand anymore. I'm like, oh, okay.
You know what that means? That means that they tried to. No, I'm gonna tell you exactly what that means. They tried to go to him. They tried to talk to him. They tried to do everything they can. Like there's certain guys on a roster, right, where the coach, for example, every team has a Drew Smith, where the coach and the organization loves you, and all they want you to do is show them and give them the slightest reason to keep you, right? And guys still don't do it. I've seen it on every team that sometimes it works out. It might be an undrafted guy. It might be a guy you reach for a little bit that you just absolutely love. And you want that guy to show you something. Cam Smith did not show anything. Name one play.
I can't. I think of like a last preseason game second half tackle. Like that's all I can remember.
Right. It's the craziest thing that, I mean, when a team, and I'm more than sure they went to him and basically just told him, we want you to be a member of this team. Show us something. Put the work in. And when you get to that point and you still don't do anything, then they like collectively say, well, like, let's just cut bait.
Will Manso has tweeted out, Heat coach Erik Spoelstra on having Goran Dragić around the team. He said, quote, I tried to recruit him to the coaching staff, and he wisely said no. He says they're trying to find a role for him around the Heat, but Spo says he loves having him around. I've already come up with the role. I don't understand why the Heat don't listen to me on this stuff. It's very frustrating.
What do you call it? International?
Yes, international affairs. He is vice president of international affairs. Right now, you give him and Udonis Haslem, both vice presidents in player development. Udonis Haslem, vice president, and then Goran is vice president of international affairs. Everybody has a president of international affairs. Every league has a president of international affairs. Goran Dragić, vice president of international affairs, just made it for you. Give him a cubicle.
He's never going to be here, though.
What do you mean he's never going to be here?
He's going to be international.
Well, no,
travel in the world.
He's like, you think he takes a job and they're like, hey, Goran, where are you going? He goes, Latvia again.
Oh, somebody, Cat for Life said it was AJ Brown rumors spreading like wildfire.
Well, what do you mean spreading like wild? I started those rumors.
Yeah, that was before Tyreek got hurt.
That's not fair. Hold on one second. If
I'm giving you credit. I'm giving you credit. Maybe somebody else said they're somebody else hurt. Cap, you ass.
They're talking about the gas station.
Yeah.
Did they say, hey, that Tobin? You know what he said? AJ Brown.
That's kind of, but no. So they're telling stories basically like you told the helium in the football story.
You guys ever hear about this Bum Phillips? We'll take a break. We'll get back into the Dolphins here because we do have to discuss what the hell are they going to do without the cheetah. That's after this. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. I want to tell you again about our sister station, Kiss Country, bringing back Stars and Strings, featuring the likes of Hardy, Dirk Bentley, Dasha, Nate Smith, Zach Top, Hudson Westbrook, and a whole lot more at Hard Rock Live at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood on November 6th. If you guys want to win tickets, today's word, Hardy. Text that to 20357 HARDY. Text that to 20357. That's Hardy. Text that to 20357. If you want to buy tickets, you can go to starsandstrings.com. Stars and Strings supports Folds of Honor. For more information, go to WQAM.com. It's text contest, message and data rates apply. Don't text and drive. And shout out to TC and Dina B. I listened to them taking Sophie to school in the morning. Lady got very cocky on the Kiss Mega Minute this morning. She goes, "Oh, I won this already." Done by question 4.
How many questions they got to answer?
10 questions, 1 minute, dude.
Oh, my goodness.
The win rate is not great on that.
I mean, 10 questions in a minute.
It's tough. It's a very tough thing, but they're like supposed to be easy questions and,
Right.
you know, just general knowledge questions. You know, like they'll say like, you know, they'll be like, who just did the Dolphins win yesterday? And people will be like, they're not sports fans. So like, they're just tripped up.
Right.
You know, the lady got cocky, lost. Sorry. Anyway, you guys can win Stars and Strings tickets. Text Hardy to 20357. Speaking of the Dolphins, Tyreek Hill out. AJ Brown, ridiculous rumors aside, Leroy, do you feel like the Dolphins can cover up for this? Because Tyreek was having a really good game. They have seemed to find something with the run game. Like that is a good thing. I don't know what to make of Darren Waller. I'm not going to doubt him anymore because the dude made me look like a fool. So,
I mean,
you know,
listen, all you have is past history to project future, you know, what you think a person's going to do in the future. And
Right.
the fact that he hadn't done nothing for 2 years, it's easy to come to the conclusion that what is he going to offer? Now, that wasn't the case. And hopefully he'll get more run as time goes on. So, yeah, you were wrong, not for the wrong reasons.
You're wrong too.
You know, yeah, no, I did. Was the first thing I did on Tuesday morning, to be fair. I apologize.
I apologize too.
You know,
I apologize too.
What we were thinking, we weren't wrong for thinking that, but we were wrong. And that's you know how it works.
Seems like, by the way, he suffered a pretty gnarly injury in camp too. Like they just kind of kept under wraps.
Yeah. I would say that the way here's what's going to separate the other guys from what Tyreek does. Tyreek is really good at finding those openings. When the scramble, when whatever, right? Now, you hope other people can do that. You hope Waddle being around Tyreek or you know, these guys being around Tyreek can find those open areas when they roll out and know when to sit in the hole or keep going and stuff like that, right? So nothing can miss a beat. But there's nobody that's going to be able to run like he does after he gets the ball, right? Because this start and stop is just unique in itself.
Right.
Whether they can still complete some passes, sure, right? But are they going to be able to do the things that Tyreek does after he catches the ball? Yeah. Waddle has some speed, and he can do some of those things. And I've seen him explode down the sideline catching a crossing route, but Tyreek just does it at a different level. And so that's the thing that, you know, you may complete some passes, you may be able to do a whole lot of things, but it's that catch, that run after the catch. It's that explosiveness after you catch the ball.
And we got to hit this is Jaylen Waddle's time, is it not? Like this
is and
like
the other thing is this. Is there anybody else that plays wide receiver that you could throw it up to or go after the ball like Tyreek did? We don't know. So these are all questions that, you know, these are the voids you have to fill. Now whether one of those guys can do it, you would hope so, because you're paying another guy $20-something, $30 million a year.
And it always kind of felt like the plan anyway, like not to get here, but it did feel like, hey, once Tyreek Hill's contract's done, like by the time it's over, you're hoping
Waddle
like,
will be ready.
Waddle's the dude.
Right.
It's just, look, I don't want to sneeze at the guy starting his career 4,000-yard seasons, and then they both had down years last year.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, all right, like now is the time where if he's going to step up and be the guy, like now here we go. Like this is supposed to be they've never needed him more.
Right. And again, these are all things that, we don't know as of right now. Now, the cool thing is that Tua play football with Waddle longer than anybody.
Yep.
So they have kind of this, they should have this rapport with one another that they can, hey, I need you to sit here. I need you to do this. Hey, go. They have that relationship that's a little bit different than everybody else because they've played football together longer than any of them.
Oh, interesting. So I'm reading from Ethan Skolnick's Twitter here, right? And it says Erik Spoelstra is apparently like raving about Aleksander Barkov right now. Like he loves Sasha Barkov, which we all do. He's the best.
Two-way player. That's right up. That's right up. Yeah, that's
right
it.
up Spo's alley.
Yeah.
But he said, this is what Ethan tweets out. Erik Spoelstra gushing about Sasha Barkov, who is at Heat Camp today, and told Spo he will be out 5 to 6 months. Really? Is that hockey tough?
Yeah, listen. I'm going to tell you this. Football players play a physical sport, right? Hockey players are tough. Because they play a level of physical sport and they all laugh about it. They all get chuckles out of it. They all have fun talking about it, right? And hockey is terrifying because they'll get in a fist fight, laugh about it, and then just move on, and everybody on both sides of the fight are laughing.
SDI points out Olympics. That's true. When Barkov's not here, going to be like, but look, he is a hockey unicorn. Like the dude's a moose.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, dude. If he's gonna come back from that knee injury in 5 months, 6 months.
Let's be clear though.
Science beater.
No, it's.
Sorry, what? You and me on the same page.
Are you gonna let me explain?
Yeah, I was always gonna do that.
The level of the injury is unknown. You understand what I'm saying? So, maybe they opened him up and they went in there with the scope and went to do the repairs and went, oh, not as bad as we thought. Right? So there's that. Again, when you say somebody has torn this or torn that, you don't know what level the tear is until you get in there or you do an MRI.
Winter Olympics are February 6th. Interesting.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. Now, hear me out.
Hmm?
If you are the Panthers, would you even allow it?
You can't tell Barkey no.
Yes, you can. Damn.
No, you can't tell Barkey no.
Okay.
You can't let Matthew Tkachuk go play in the Four Nations on a busted groin and tell
he didn't have he busted his groin there.
No, it was hurt and he hurt it worse. And by the way, did it under Bill Zito's watch because Bill Zito was running Team USA. But because Matthew Tkachuk brushes his teeth with a bald eagle, he's like, okay, go do it for America, dude.
What?
That's how American he is.
Wait, I'm just saying, even Brittany was like, too much.
You can't see
do you understand, Brittany? We could be having like one of the most serious conversations in sports, and then he'll just go off on like that. He brushes his teeth with a bald eagle.
Problem.
And most of the time, people would probably skip past it, Leroy. But you never let it. You never let it
Because
happen.
because I know it's coming. He has that look like here comes Loki.
But if you don't react to it, that's why he does it, because he wants to see your reaction.
So you're thinking. So let me get this. Brittany's saying that if I just ignore it, but here's the thing, Brittany. If I would have ignored it, he would have said it again.
Or I would have just taken it up a notch.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
That's because.
All right, I'm gonna try.
He's used to you doing that. It's a tale as old as time.
You're relatively new to the show. I have been fighting this fight now for almost 10 years, right? I'm gonna try it, and I hope you are here so that you fully understand what I go through when Tobin decides to be Loki.
Okay, but you would agree that's how American he is. Like, you knew what I was saying. He loves America. And my point is the Panthers couldn't tell Aleksander Barkov no. First of all, they're little Finland, okay? We're basically Finland's team. You can't tell Aleksander Barkov no off back-to-back. Maybe if they never won the cup, but if they're off back-to-back championships and he's the captain of the Finnish team, I don't know, dude. I don't think you can tell him no. I don't think they would.
Somebody said this Loki nickname, swing and a miss. Wow.
Timbo's very hard on you.
I know. That's a swing and a miss. But somebody brushing their teeth with a bald eagle gets a point. I'm more than sure. You know, doesn't the bald eagle have like a very large wingspan?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you think that bald eagle, who I've seen swoop down and pick up a 5-pound fish, is just going to get in a fetal position and let you
well, I pictured it as like a taxidermied bald eagle with the bristles on the other end and the feathers, you know? That's how I pictured it. Not a live bald eagle. That's crazy. Try and keep up, Leroy.
Oh, I'm having a hard time ever since Timbo Slice said my Loki nickname was a swing and a miss. I'm hurt.
I'll tell you what's not
tough love.
I'll tell you what's never a swing and a miss. Rats off a ship is next. Oh, man. Welcome back, everybody. Time to get your flippers and snorkel on as we play America's favorite Wednesday game. And I'm not talking about Dancing with the Stars with Whitney from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I'm talking Rats Off a Ship. Hello, Jennifer.
Hello, Jennifer.
Hello, guys.
Why do you look like you're about to broker a huge conglomerate deal?
I don't know.
I think she has like a power suit on today, Leroy. Like some kind of like she's walking in with a briefcase.
Definitely looks like she's trying to sell something to Shark Tank.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Really?
Dude.
Yeah.
Yep,
That's
corporate.
crazy.
You look like corporate.
Yeah.
I do?
Yep,
Yeah.
it's that power red. I'm telling you.
Wow.
Is that like a burgundy, like a wine? What do you got going on there?
And it's not one of your normal colors.
It's
so
any
it's
color.
excited even more. Huh?
True.
It's any color. She doesn't usually. It's just blacks and grays.
You know what's great? This is my brother's shirt, so I guess it is a power shirt. It was his favorite color, so.
What do you got for us today, Jennifer?
They're just saying it's just a regular old t-shirt. It really is. How do we feel about LeBron James making a stink?
Is he making a stink?
Well, here's the thing, Leroy. LeBron James is supposedly missing Lakers practice with, what does he have, J-Fig? Do you know what his injury is?
Old?
Well, not, I mean, he is
Sorry,
old.
what?
I believe his injury is, I think he has a glute injury.
A nerve irritation in his glute.
That's a literal pain in the ass. So he has a nerve irritation in his glute.
Oh, I know what that's called. The Skip Bayless.
And he yesterday showed up on Kai Cenat's stream. And I don't know, dude. Glute looked pretty good to everybody else. As he was, and by the way, people have noticed. I don't know if you noticed, Leroy, but could be something. Could be nothing.
If you say the colors on his shirt, is that what you're going to say?
Well,
the Miami Vice.
He's got the Miami Vice with 2 Larry O'Brien trophies on, Jennifer. And those look like Miami Vice South Beach LeBron Nikes. Some would say interesting.
Some would say he put the shoes on and then said, "Oh, I got the matching shirt."
Some would say that. It could be something. Could be nothing. But some would say interesting. Others would say very interesting.
You don't just put something like that on and, expect no noise.
Let's just think about this. Luka Doncic, extension. JJ Redick, podcast boy, extension. LeBron James, no extension.
I can tell you why.
Why is that?
How old is he?
41? He's going to be 41 in December?
Yeah. And keep in mind, a lot of this has to usually do more with LeBron and what he wants to do other than the team. You see what I'm saying?
Here's the thing, though.
Go ahead.
And look, they did him a lot of solids last year. Drafted his son, okay, when his son may not have been drafted. They hired podcast boy because that's who he wanted, okay. Got him Luka. You can say, but they could also look at me like, Luka's new golden boy. You remember? Luka knew about the ownership change. LeBron didn't. I don't know. It's interesting. LeBron usually likes to do things on his terms. So is he making a stink, Jennifer? I will say this. I'm not rats off a ship because I can't say that he's not making a stink. So I'm not rats off a ship.
I'm not rats off a ship for this reason. If you got nerve damage in your ass,
why you
right?
Like that, huh?
Then I don't know if you should be on somebody's live stream dancing it up using nothing but glutes. Oh, they said his appearance on the stream was a Nike thing.
And the glute looks fine, does it not? I'm not doubting it's a Nike thing, but as you said, Leroy.
Now, I will say this.
He also could have just sat in a chair
I'm also notorious for telling other people this.
Hmm?
All right. Just because you did a little dance, don't mean you could play basketball. You know what I'm saying? And the other thing is, it's LeBron. He does get some.
Who needs less camp than LeBron James? I'm
Right.
with you.
That guy's played more basketball than anybody in the NBA in his career.
Vlad says he chose to opt into that contract, Tobin. Understood. However, there was no cap space this summer, Vlad. So it's not like anybody could just, what was he going to do? Go to the Brooklyn Nets?
But it's still like, okay. He's still like, that man's calculated in his decisions.
Yeah.
Right?
And I think his calculator said, hey, nobody else has those cap space to pay me $47 million this year.
Yeah. I
mean, whatever the hell the years.
Right.
But I don't know. Could be something.
I don't like, we need to just get over this reading so much in what LeBron does. Right?
I'll stop.
Like he has earned the right in his career to kind of handle things the way he wants to, because at no point in time.
What does one thing have to do with, here's what I said though. What does one thing have to do with the other? You're right. He does, but just because he has the right doesn't mean he's not going to do passive aggressive stuff, which he's literally done his entire career.
Yeah. Well, he's always done that.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. All right.
So you would agree though.
No, I wouldn't agree.
You would agree.
I wouldn't agree.
This could be him.
I don't
making
agree.
a stink.
I don't agree because you're saying
you said you were not rats off a ship.
I said I'm not rats off a ship.
Okay, so there we go. So we agree.
I'm not rats off a ship because, well, LeBron always has this kind of something going on. You know what I'm saying? Like he does, and he has every right to it. And I don't get mad at it, but it still doesn't mean he ain't got something. He's thinking big picture here.
You've turned him and Maverick Carter into Boris and Natasha.
Hey, let me tell you something. That Maverick Carter, that dude is living his best life because he have all the right things to say about all the players, and all the players are getting max money.
Where are your rats, Jennifer?
They're staying on the ship. I'm not rats off the ship. This is interesting.
Interesting.
Very
it is interesting.
Can that one rat get a regular rat tail instead of a bunny tail?
You're asking way too much of AI.
He has a bunny tail, though.
Bunnies, it's a rat.
I know, but he has a bunny tail.
You got that dollar store AI.
Yeah, you got that Temu AI.
Well, you know what? Get me the real one then.
No, that's
Brittany,
too expensive. We ain't even know.
Exactly.
Where are your rats with LeBron James?
They're not off the ship. I'm not gonna lie. That outfit that has me more than anything.
Interesting.
So you taking it to a whole nother level. You thinking about Miami Heat thing. I'm not even thinking about that. He's coordinating.
I mean, now that she brings it up.
Come on.
Now, I don't even want LeBron James because my guy, Andrew Wiggins. I mean, what a guy. That's my guy right now.
Can I just tell you,
what a dude.
If in a month, if you hear rumors of LeBron going back to Miami, you stop. Just
not for my guy Wiggs. Love him.
He's doing reverse psychology, I think.
He is.
No, I'm not. I love Andrew Wiggins.
Wait.
What
is there anybody more? Is there anybody since he's been here that's been more critical than you of Andrew Wiggins?
Look, it's tough in my position when you have to be a journalist and you have to be unbiased. And by the way, I was right on all these things. But what a gem of a guy. I mean, just seems like an A+ human, Andrew Wiggins. Heat lifer.
I don't like the tone you're giving.
I'm just like, you just throw up your hands and keep it moving. Let's just move on to the next one because this will last a whole hour just sitting here calling him out on all of his lunacy.
You saw him during the interview. He couldn't sit right.
He couldn't sit still because he knew like I'm a
fraud. This guy.
Did I feel bad a little bit? Perhaps.
Because he's a good dude.
He is a really nice man.
Right.
A very calming aura about him.
Right. He just, you know what it is that there's certain people in sports that have the demeanor that leads you to believe they don't care.
He's a
he's a chill guy.
Cheerful.
And so you take that as meaning no fire, no, he doesn't have that fire in his gut and he's not that committed to it. And people jump to that conclusion just based on seeing a guy and his personality. That's not fair. Like, he's just a chill dude.
What's number 2, Jennifer?
The Canes and FSU being a close game.
Rats off a ship.
4.5 favorite.
Rats off a ship. We're taking them to Blowout City. Enjoy your 2 tickets, FSU. Where are we going? Blowout City.
I'm in, like, I don't know how to explain this. I think the game is going to be close for a long period of time, and then Miami's going to wear them down like they did Florida. And they do have a quarterback that has the potential to have a big play here or there. So that's also another thing that could add to, they get a quick score and the game's closer than it should be. I do think that the Canes win by double digits.
Yeah, that's
but it's not going to be like, okay, we're 14 points up and we're going to just keep it might be a 3-point lead at halftime, and then another 3 points, a 6-point lead, and then they score that final touchdown with 5 minutes left to go in the game and make it a 13-point game, and it's just going to be methodically wearing them down. That's how I think the game's going to play out. So do I think it's going to be close? It's going to be closer, but not because the teams are close. It's going to be closer because the Canes have a way of just wearing you down till when you get to the end of the third and the beginning of the fourth quarter, they're doing whatever the hell they want. So I'm not rats off a ship.
So you think it's going to be close, but not the whole game.
Right. No, I think they're going to eventually they're going to pull away, but it's going to be a lot closer for longer than people think, simply because that's just kind of how the Canes play.
Can you get the rats off the fence? Are you rats off a ship on it being close or not? I don't understand what you just said.
I explained to you, I said it's going to be close for a while, and then eventually they're going to win by double digits.
So is that a close game?
No. Okay. Yeah, I'm rats off
a ship.
I tried to explain it.
Leroy, I understood what you were saying. I agree.
He's just being a jackass.
I'm not being a jackass.
You are.
I'm not being a jackass.
Wait, I had some of my friends going, this Miami team, same old Miami team, they can't even blow out Florida. Florida's got a good defense. They wore them down. Like, that's kind of how these things go. You can't win. You think you're going to cover the point spread in the first 5 minutes of the game? No, it's over the whole period of the game. So, yeah.
Jennifer, where are your rats?
My rats are wherever Leroy's rats are.
Okay, so your rats are also off the ship. Brittany, are your rats off a ship? Do you feel like it's going to be a close game?
I hate to say that, but I agreed with 100% what Leroy was saying. So my rats weren't going to be off a ship.
See?
Wherever those rats are.
Try to break it down, and because
you took the words out of my mouth. I literally was going to say, I feel like it's going to be very similar to Florida, where we feel like it's a close game, but in reality, like we dominated them, but the score isn't really going to reflect that.
Ruben Bain is going to turn their quarterback into a chew toy.
Their quarterback can throw better than the other quarterback who can run, and he's also a better runner.
Okay, he's going to be running for his life.
Okay, but he can run. Like, I'm just telling you, these are how these games go. You get there, you get real close, and he scrambles out, and then everybody runs to the quarterback because he can run, and then boom, down the field. It happens. I'm not saying that's going to be an indication of how the game goes, but you might have a play or two like that. Oh my goodness. I don't understand how we've been doing this show together for so long, and still
you're just being wishy-washy. Like, the game
is
rats off the ship. Like, have a take.
That was a take. I gave you how the game's going to go.
Okay, but ultimately you agreed your rats were off a ship.
Fine.
They were going to just linger on the boat for a little bit, and then they decided, cannonball!
Like that.
Yeah, but I feel like the rats jumped off the ship like when we were at port. Like, just walk off the boat and go and land, dummy. Right? That's how I
calling the rats dumb now?
My rats were already on
They
the.
were not on a porch. Do you see any dock
Any
anywhere?
rat that would get his ass snapped in half over a piece of cheese is dumb.
Your AI rats look like turd floaters.
So is your take.
Oh, we'll see on Monday when the Canes. But let me tell you something, J-Fig.
So what do you think the final score is going to be?
35-8. 2 tickets to Blowout City.
I would say 30-20, 30-17, something around there.
Okay.
And that last touchdown is going to come right at the end after they just run all over them.
Yeah, we call that window dressing, dude. Nothing.
Leroy's rats were never on the ship to be off it.
Take a break. Final hour coming on up. Back after this. Okay, welcome back, everybody. It is Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Let's get to some headlines brought to you by Doral Kia. Doral Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Kia or doralkia.com. Mike McDaniel speaking to the media, Leroy. He has addressed.
Will he be done before our show's over?
Good. I don't know, but I do have his comments on the Cam Smith situation. And so this is what McCochin had to say on the Dolphins getting rid of their 2023 second-round pick.
So I wanted to ask you about why the decision from you guys to part ways with Cam Smith now as opposed to waiting it out longer with him on NFI.
Yeah, as far as the details and the particulars of NFI, I'm not going to get into that. Realistically, it was just the best thing for the Dolphins. And I think it's also the best thing for Cam. So unfortunate you don't see it going out that way, but we also live in a team sport, and we got to do what's best for the team.
So he's not going to join the practice squad?
No.
How would you categorize his time?
Time. There's a lot that goes into that. I think, hopefully it's the bedrock of what his future holds. I wish him the best, but it didn't play out the way you see it when you invest like that in a player. But that's part of the league and the process, and you got to do what's best for the team.
Yeah, Mike.
That's literally the only guy that they've had to cut bait with that they drafted that high.
Yeah,
So
in recent memory, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, which is rare to be honest with you. We've maybe complained about guys not playing well, right? But we've never talked about any guy drafted that high for this team and this regime as being a non-contributor, right? Which I don't know how to look at that as a good thing or a bad thing. That of all the guys you drafted that high, only one guy was a no-show. Like it didn't do anything for you.
Here's a little bit more on Mike saying it takes more than just talent.
Is the lesson here that a player has to have more than just physical tools, that there has to be a professional maturity element?
I don't. I think that what you said is absolutely true, and a lesson for all players is the line at the NFL. Everybody in the NFL has talent, and I think they're without a doubt we pushed forward all efforts. And it didn't work out. So maybe that's a lesson he learns from it. I don't know. But that what you said is an absolute for sure in this league.
You want me to break that down for you in 2 seconds?
Do tell.
We invested a lot in that bum, and he didn't do nothing for us. Goodbye. That's it. Like you tried to say something nice where, like just spit it out, Mike.
We tried.
We already know. It didn't work out. You're upset that you invested that high of a pick in a guy that was non-committal towards the organization and what you wanted him to do. It happens.
Have you seen? I guess like you don't have to name names, but like, have you seen? I know one guy that outplayed that they drafted very high. But have you seen guys that they thought like, dude, this guy's talented, but he just don't give a rat's ass?
Yes, I told you I was roommates with a guy. They told me, hey, get his mind right. We want to keep him, which I've never heard in professional sports. Hey, all you got to do is start acting right, and they like you that much that they're going to find a spot for you. And he still couldn't do it. Like, there's just some people that just don't get it. Like, I had to, like, there was a moment in time I told you where Mike Lombardi called me into the office. He said, you were so lucky you were a second-round pick. Right? Now, he did say that when the whole team was 3-13, right?
But he won't say that to Belichick right now.
but yeah, sometimes the thing about it is that the way you respond to that is more telling than the talent that you have, because they look at that as a sign of we can move forward with this guy. You see what I mean? So if all the little hints or suggestions or comments that they made to or about Cam Smith didn't even move the needle,
right?
Then at some point you just throw your hands up and say, we got nothing.
We're seeing this right now at the Heat with Khalil Ware, are we not? Like, and I think
exactly. Perfect example.
The Heat are
he has
encouraged.
Talent. There were certain things he just wasn't doing up to speed the way they wanted. Got a little call out. Wasn't even a bad one. Right? And came out and said, oh, no, I'm not going out like that. And whether you're Spo, whether you're Pat, whether you're other players on the team, when you see how that dude respond to that, you're like, okay, we got something here. He's gonna put up a fight. Like, if you got nothing, like some guys, no matter what you say to them, they kind of crawl into that hole and act as if though you're picking on them and stuff like that. And I would say basketball, you can get away with that a little bit, but football is a negative reinforced sport. So you're always going to get, no matter how well you do, somebody going to say something negative about what you did.
Well, speaking of negative, I got to give a big -1 to the Los Angeles Angels.
-1.
I appreciate when teams try to do graphics. It's nice, it's cute, but sometimes you need somebody to be like, you sure that's what we should send out? And the Angels tweeted out an announcement that Ron Washington was not going to be their manager next year. That they after a few seasons, they're like, Ron Washington, see you, dude. Ron Washington is not young. He's been around the block a little bit. I believe now he's at the age that Jack McKeon was when he won the World Series.
Right.
Can we not tweet him out in the clouds to make it seem like Ron Washington is no longer with us?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And I understand they're the Angels, okay? Maybe that's their thing. But when you put thank you, Ron Washington, in the clouds, it makes me feel like Ron Washington, if I don't read, like, just quickly, is Ron Washington no longer with us?
It's also the way that they, like, the pictures they chose for him, too.
He's in heaven. It like literally looks, J-Fig, like he is at the pearly gates.
Yeah, no, that's a choice.
That's a no.
That's
what?
Leroy's speechless.
I want to see the comments.
All we need is somebody playing a harp. Like, what are we doing?
Come on, man. Oh, man.
And got him smiling. It looks like
it
literally looks like an obituary.
No, it looks like he's gone.
Right.
He's no longer with us.
It looks like a tribute.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how every tribute.
And it doesn't help that your A has a little angel, a little thing on the top. Right? It makes it even more.
I get the sentiment because I understand that they're the Angels, but yeah, it's just not.
No.
It just gets worse and worse. Don't do it.
I mean, clearly,
no picture.
You're not renewing this contract, so you don't think he's an angel, right? So why are we putting him up in the clouds? And why do we have to, like, you could have just put a note, right? Like, you didn't have to go over the top with your celebrations of Ron Washington.
Guy says,
like, you're celebrating him by getting rid of him. You think you can do anything to impress people in the, like, no, it's over. Goodbye. Like, that's like saying you get a divorce and say, my wife was the best wife ever. Why the hell are you getting a divorce? Don't celebrate him now.
Guy under it says, this graphic is crazy. I thought that he became an angel.
I don't know.
Is that in Twitter?
This is on comments on Twitter, yeah.
Oh.
Based on the photo alone, I legit thought that he died.
Yeah.
Why did you make him look like he's an angel in the outfield? The angels are everywhere.
I don't know. I mean, sometimes, yeah. Sometimes too much.
Guy says, "Good grief with that graphic. I thought he passed away."
They got too cute.
Too cute, right? Like
this guy says it reminds me of Happy Gilmore.
Oh yeah,
Chubbs
when
and
it
Lincoln
was
and the Gator in the cloud.
Yes! Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Oh, is that crazy?
That is insane. All right,
That's definitely -1.
we'll take a break. Back with more after this. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Get to a little 15 minutes of Game Day Uncensored here, brought to you by the Lexus TX. Room for all your passions in 3 rows of luxurious comfort. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer. And we will bring you guys our interview with Bam Adebayo to close out today's program.
I look for this yearly visit every year.
Yeah, we
and
have.
When I go to the games and he comes on, look, I just stand there doing this. I just look at him, just eyeball him.
We need to get some kind of like Domino's.
I think next time I go to a basketball game, I'm gonna just bring one domino.
Just
and
one.
I'm gonna just keep showing it to him.
Or dress
in his head. I don't want you to get into his head.
That's a domino.
What?
I don't want you to get into his head unless
it's the art of trash talking, baby. You ain't got to get in his head.
Why do you want to trash talk your team?
Maybe it motivates him to just like put buckets on people.
Listen, basketball is basketball. Dominoes is dominoes. He ain't gonna be thinking about dominoes while he playing basketball.
Dolphins.
If not, Asia gonna get on him because she going 35. She got what? Quadruple. She got 6 triple singles or whatever. She touched them all.
She touched them all. Yeah, Asia
touched them all
in the Aces win to go to the WNBA finals.
Read that stat line. Read that stat. It's just ridiculous.
35 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals, 4 blocks.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Now that's what you talk about. Oh, I'm that young lady, and I'm gonna let y'all know. You know what I mean? I didn't want to say I'm that dude because, like, I don't want to seem insensitive. So I tried to use, I don't know, man. I'm just like, you should be able, it's a saying, right? But you can't, like, I don't want to disrespect nobody. I didn't want to, like, man, I'm so confused when I do this show sometimes. What can I say? What I can't say? What I mean to say? It's terrible sometimes.
Your Cleveland Guardians, Leroy, have just gone up 1-0 as George Valero.
They ain't my Guardians no more.
Okay, sorry. Well, your former Cleveland Indians.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you want to talk about a baseball nut. I used to love the midday games when you could go to an empty stadium, right? Sit behind the plate, keep score, and yell at the other team because nobody was there.
Well, George Valero just went deep, solo shot in the bottom of the first, so the Guardians take a 1-0 lead on the Tigers. Tigers won yesterday, so they need this one not to get sent home.
Yep. I like it's not one game, right? That seems like, remember the wild card was one game?
Yep.
That seems unfair. Like you play 162 games and it all boils down to.
It's thrilling. I think it's cool. It's also, messes up your pitching staff a little bit. So the team that gets the advance on the bye, like they get to rest, but not too much.
Right.
So they're rusty. So
what it does is the teams that get that bye, it gives them just enough time to reset their order. Right. Because they probably, if you're the number 1 seed and you get a bye, you've probably been there and your starting pitcher wasn't even pitching like the last 3 games.
Crazy. Darren Waller, speaking to the media, he says, this from Barry Jackson's Twitter, there's going to be a jump in his snap count from 16 that he had last game. Team was being cautious in his first game. He also said amid confusion from his appearance with Dan Le Batard yesterday, he said he had a quad strain in camp, not tear. All right, dude. Well, you know what?
It's still a strain is a part, like it's not severe. When people say tear, oh my God, tear. But when you think of a knee sprain, all knee sprains are a level of tear. So think of it that way. When they say ACL strain or sprain, there's different levels to it. And once you get to a certain level, you require surgery. That's kind of what happened with Ryan Tannehill, where they said he didn't need to have surgery, and he didn't have surgery and came out and then tore it. Right?
Speaking of strains, by the way,
you strain my patience.
I'm sorry. Terry Rozier. I know, very rude, right, Brittany? You know, like he comes
They-
right. Comes with
He came
haymakers
out
at
of
me.
nowhere on that one. Just like,
Dude, he's a bully.
What a
I've been
stray.
telling people
Wait,
a long
I'm
time.
a bully?
It's good to have fresh eyes on it.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Like
good
I
to fresh
love the way
eyes.
you play the sympathy card when you are causing chaos and turmoil with every
don't-
show.
You act like I'm John Morant. Throw the grenade and just watch the debris. That's
Yes!
what you think I am, and I'm not that.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
not that.
Wait, how many times have you started off in the show? Leroy. Those Knicks got up in their feelings last night. How many times because of something you tweeted out? How many times?
Hard to keep.
Priceless.
All the time.
Just having fun, baby.
See, that's
Ooh,
what
ooh. Moving back to back. Ooh, warning track power. So that's the end of the inning for the Guardians, but they get it on the board. 1-0 over the Tigers.
1-0 is the most stressful. Oh my goodness. Was I was watching that Yankees game. I'm not even a Yankees or a Red Sox fan. And the intensity of just being up 1-0 going into the latter portions of that game. And then they pull Freed. Ugh.
Unreal. All right, so that's that with the Dolphins. Mike McDaniel today, he did address the Cam Smith thing. He says, wish him the best. And
No, you don't.
Not really though.
Like
He's
you
so
say
dumb.
that like when you like leave a job or nobody means that.
Wait, how long did it take him to wish
Get to
him the best?
Well, my favorite thing is how would you describe his time? And he just goes, he described it as it was time.
Yeah. Here's the thing.
That's
It probably got to the point where your frustration became anger. And when it gets to that point, like there's nothing that you can do. Like there's nothing that the other person can do to kind of repair that. Like there would have been no amount of football Cam Smith could have played to kind of rebuild that relationship because they have already invested so much in him that it got to the point where it became anger. Like they weren't just like, early on in his career, they were like, hey, he's young. There's some things he got to do and whatever. It got to the point where it became anger. Why can't this guy do anything? Right. And when it gets to that point, there's nothing, no good football that he would be able to put out there that's going to mend it.
One last note before we get to Bam. Terry Rozier revealed that he strained his hammy running sprints with Keshad Johnson yesterday.
Hey, if I'm Keshad Johnson, I say, hey, man, don't include me in your little like, no, dude, you was working out. You wasn't working out with me.
Keshad's like, hey, man.
Yeah, because, Keshad was probably working on dunks, right? And Terry, can Terry touch the net? Like,
yeah, Terry can dunk. Terry can dunk.
dunk? Okay.
He can dunk. I don't, but not like Keshad. That dude, woo.
And first of
I
all,
love that guy.
you can't believe how big he is. He ain't no small dude.
Yep.
Like he's jacked.
No, he is. He's an absolute moose. But another guy who's always fun. He can dunk. He's tall. We learned that from our pitch. Tall. Bam. Tall. Bam Adebayo. Bring that to you coming up next.
Welcome back, everybody.
Oh, it would have been great if this was discussed before we start slapping the table with dominoes.
Talking about this match now for so long.
If I give you change.
Well, I mean, he's a world traveler. I can't catch up with the dude. Like, every time I see him, you taking pictures. Oh, I say, who is that? Where he at?
Tell us about this Michael Jordan party in Greece. That looked incredible. That looked incredible.
See what I'm saying?
When you get the MJ party invite, that's got to be a big moment.
Yeah, honestly, very, very cool moment because obviously, he was the GOAT to my GOAT, which is Kobe Bryant. And to be able to, one, just see him as a normal person.
Yeah.
We all see him for Michael Jordan. But, having that party and being around him, we got to see him in a different light. That wasn't basketball.
Mm-hmm.
It's more so getting down, sitting down, having a conversation, getting be able to, mingle, talk, and leave basketball out the way and just talk like men.
Unless you want to compete, he will.
Nah, that's
his
100%.
Attitude changes.
That's 100%.
No, about anything,
That's
dude.
100%.
About anything.
That's 100%.
You ain't even got to say it. If you say, "Hey, Mike, I bet you," he just changed.
But that's what makes him so
Yes.
great.
Yeah.
He's willing to compete with anything.
Yes.
Bam, no defensive teams last year, man.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
By the way.
What was your reaction to that?
We had a lot of turmoil and ups and downs throughout the season, so I understand, certain all-star factors. But when it comes to defense, we've had a top 10 defense in last 6 years?
Yeah.
So my point is that didn't change.
Right.
Me being on the court and off the court defensively, you can see how the number spikes. So my thing is, what's the criteria at this point? Do y'all just get tired of voting for me at this point? Is it voters fatigue? Because there's no way if we have a top 10 defense
that somebody
else gets over me and their team doesn't make the playoffs or they're last in their conference. Like that, you're just voting for somebody because you're like, oh, well, like he's up and coming. And it's like, I get that, but if it isn't top 10 or better, then how do you technically put them?
He ain't changing the game.
It was weird hearing the whole national narrative on you because you basically had like 2 weird months around the rim where like you just couldn't get bunnies to drop. It was
just
strange.
wouldn't fall.
It wouldn't fall. And then we saw the 3-point element that you added, which you did take the jump like you said you would. So do you feel like I know the season wasn't up to you guys saying, I'm just talking personally. Like, did you feel like it rounded into where you wanted it to, or do you feel like there are things that you want to get better on both ends, I guess, just as it comes to a whole?
Every season I want to be better at something. Obviously, being more consistent from the 3. Everybody's obsessed with this at this point, which is hilarious. But also getting us to a top 5 defense. At that point, I'll be probably considered for first team all defense again, or maybe DPOY. The criteria moves a lot.
Is that the most frustrating thing? Because other players in the league or people that know basketball can watch and see what you do, or when teams game plan for you defensively and try to get you into other situations that you thinking everybody else in the league know they got to contend with me and I can't get voted for nothing. Like, why don't you just ask who's voting on this?
And that's why I would much rather, if it was up to me, like I love media votes, but I would also want the player votes.
Because you're playing against them
because
guys.
you're playing against me. And it's a lot of guys that's been in that box before. For me, man, it's just I think it's becoming a political thing at this point. Like now it's more so like who can talk themselves into DPOY or what team is winning right now. So
we ain't gonna mention no name.
What team is winning right now? So we can ride that wave as media. Like like that to me is not. That's not how you pick the DPOY, obviously. But it'll shift at some point. We were number 1 at one point in two or 3 seasons ago. and nobody really knew because we weren't talked about in the media realm. So it's like, when you have things like that happening, it's like you kind of see it from the outside looking in, and having somebody UD now being a part of the media, you hear the other side of it now.
Right. Him and D Wade, that Amazon team.
Yeah, because I used to wonder what the inside of the studios was like when I was like, how do y'all not put me up there? And I'm like, it's not a lot of centers that you can be like, all right, in a playoff game, we're going to start you on Jason Tatum.
Right.
I don't know a lot of people that are going to put their centers on Jason Tatum. That's just my take for things. I don't see a lot of people do it. But then also I can go from guarding Jason Tatum to guarding Nikola Jokic.
Right.
Not a lot of people that versatile.
You think that has to do with just, the last couple years not having the success that you had previously had, even though, like, without defense, it wouldn't even been that close. And they picking off all these players like, oh, they finished top 5 in the conference. We got to put somebody on there.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, we're the top 3, so we got to give them something.
Yeah.
And that I think that's unfair for a lot of people, because I'm like, if that's the case, you can just give anybody any, like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys were the 1 seed. They gave it to Marcus Smart for that year,
Yeah, and then we bite.
I think that's what he was referring to when he was talking about.
Huh? No.
I'm just saying what happened.
Not at all.
I said it. He ain't have nothing to do with it. I said it. We have some guys out there that's out there advertising for awards and whatever, and your play should speak for itself. Simple as that. I'm going to say it.
I think a lot of people, though, they get a lot of awards because they're seen on national television a lot.
Sure.
Which
that's
I get.
Another
like,
thing.
That's one thing. So I can't make the national TV just be like, watch us. Like, and then I don't feel like I'm not one of the people like I can't sit and beg the media either. Like that just doesn't feel comfortable to me. Like I shouldn't have to beg for something I feel like I should have won.
Right. I got you.
Or deserve to be on a first defensive team.
You got to do what the other guys do. You know what? I don't even want it no more. That's like, right? What did it say? The guys that get voted for the Hall of Fame, I ain't even think. I don't even want it no more. And then all of a sudden they get elected 3 years in a row. Like, yeah. But I'm just saying, like,
man, it's okay.
Yeah. From a team perspective, like Leroy mentioned, not what you guys' standard is. Like, how did you reflect on this whole year? And I guess getting back, because I know how competitive you are. You want to, get to the absolute top of what the organization's standards are. So, how hard was sitting on what last year was, and then I guess what's your excitement about this level and this year?
Man, just mentally it took a toll. For all of us throughout the season. It was just, it feel like you take 3 steps forwards and it's 4 steps back.
Right.
3 steps forward, 4 steps back. And it's like,
Right.
and it was just these constant waves of unknown, like energy and waves.
Right.
So, having to deal with that, and obviously we weren't playing the best and trying to figure out, everybody's individually trying to figure out like what's wrong with them.
Right.
When you got everybody individually trying to figure out what's wrong with them, that's when the bigger problem comes, because now they're like, my shot's off, so now they're worrying about the shots, and it's a collective thing. Everything goes together, and I just feel like last season we weren't, all of us, coaches included, we just weren't in a good headspace.
Right.
And coming in this season now, I feel like everybody's, we're in a great headspace, looking to move forward and try to figure this thing out.
How fired up are you to have Norm Powell on the team this year?
Norm is cool. I'm not going to gas him up too much. Y'all have been asking me a lot of questions about this man. I hope you can hear me, Norm. Not gassing up anybody named Norman. But, I feel like he's going to bring, obviously, the scoring. Everybody sees scoring, but just new energy to the team.
Right.
A different
Yes.
energy, different dynamic, and, trying to figure out, how we make this thing work.
Wiggins probably be more comfortable.
Yeah.
Like, you got some guys who play some defense.
We got some guys that, they they got chips on their shoulder. You know, I feel like a lot of them last year, like Norm, you know, I feel like he should have been an all-star.
Right.
And he wasn't. So I feel like going to the season, he wants to prove he can be that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not to the masses, but to himself. Like sometimes it's about proving yourself right. You know, me wanting to get back to all-star form, like all defensive teams in the conversation of DPOY, even, you know, edging my name to the point as all NBA. Like that's to prove myself right that I could do it, not to prove anybody else. When Tyler gets healthy, obviously he was an all-star last year. He wants to continue his streak of being all-star.
Right.
And, you know, being one of those go-to guys in the league.
You obviously, though, you don't want to gas up Norm, but you obviously would want to gas up Khalil Ware.
100%.
Like this. Are you excited to see what year 2 brings for him?
Yeah, I've been hard on him these last couple weeks, 3 weeks, being in the gym together because, you know, I know what the potential. Tongue twister. I know what potential he has and what he can bring to this team. So he's probably looking at me like I'm crazy now, and low key probably getting annoyed with me. But that's fine. Like I'm okay with that, as long as he understands I'm doing it for the right reason and not just to fucking bother you. I'm doing it for the reason of you can help move this needle of this team.
Did you feel like you handled the Spo call out okay? Like you know, the Spo doesn't do the media thing in a while. So like when he got that, I was like, oh, let's see how. And he had like that big game in the summer. So did you talk to him about that at all, or is that something that like you know you feel like that's coming from a place of just improvement for him?
It wasn't even about the, you know, when all that was happening, and you know I lead differently. I text him on some just checking in. And it, you know, I text him and be like, well, what's up, Khalil? And he was like, man, I know I got to do better, yada, yada. Like, I know I got to fix it. And I was like, bro, listen, it's not even about that. Like, but, you know, you've been hearing it for 48 hours at this point to where, like, you automatically think whoever is associated with the team is texting you about that.
Right.
No, I'm literally just solely just checking.
What's up?
Yeah.
What's
It's a total different, it's a total different thing. And that, to me, is how you bank equity with people. That's how you get them to get on the same wavelength as you. When you
ain't piling on.
You're not checking on them when stuff is wrong.
Right.
And it's a whole bunch of chaos. And you're trying to add to the chaos. You know, you're trying to tell them, well, I think you should do this. Nah. You know what you did wrong. Because our coach wouldn't have said nothing.
Right.
So like the fact that you know, I don't have to say anything about it because I know how you're going to play the next game. It's gonna be fired up. It's gonna be some middle finger to you, Spo. Like that, but you like to see games like that from. So for me, man, it's basically like just banking that equity with people on a whole different level than that. Just being able to check in and see how his mental is. Obviously, you're going through a lot, but you know, we can sit down and have a conversation. And it ain't got to be nothing about that.
Right.
We could talk about cats, dogs, rain, snow, whatever you want to talk about. 15 minutes, then we go on about our day.
Right.
Bam Adebayo, appreciate you stopping by, man. Thanks. We're looking forward to a great year, and appreciate when you always give us time.
Yep.